yourself. Open your eyes and know for yourself.
All right. People. Good evening. Can you hear me? You know, we're after the test because Pegasus is in full effect around here. Can you hear me? Yes? No? Maybe? Hello? Talk to me, my people. Okay, everybody can hear me. Good. Listen, this is the earliest I've been late. So, what is it? 11 minutes? All right, so bear with me, people. So many things to talk about tonight and so many things going on. Spirits cannot dampen a bit, but we'll talk about that later on. And hopefully by the end of the program, spirits will be lifted. Let me big up OT, producer extraordinaire. Big up yourself, OT. Ilian, bless up. Catherine Daly, rebel with a cause. Yes, indeed. Daglish, yes. Keep it going. Beverly, Wednesday blessings to you and your family as well. Patel Cruikshank, good evening to you and everybody in the chat. Patricia, yeah, big, real big man. Thanks, Patricia. People might get jealous when you say that, you know, Patricia. RJ, Simia, yes. Miss D, up, way up there. Miss D, don't forget, you have to get certain people for come on the program, and although I know so them kind of hesitant, but I know with your persuasive power, you'll be able to get them on. Because we need to talk to some people about what's going on in Manchester. Reggae Girl, good night. Big up yourself. Jeffrey Warrell, not Mr. Vumva V. You don't want to be him either, Jeffrey. Bless up yourself. No, oh, no, man, Montague. Laps Coochie. What you say, my brother? Big up yourself. Merle. See there, don't stare at the sound, OT. Merle said, blessed Wednesday, Sir Rattigan. You spoke about missing fertilizer. Now audit has been done and rather than several pounds gone missing. Yes, they claims you know nothing. Well, we bring a little thing tonight enough to talk about the same thing. But we are going to do an expose here or a full presentation on Saturday because that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit down. I read the article and I read the report. I had a little difficulty finding the report, but I read the report, and I must tell you that I'm heartbroken when I read the report. Heartbroken. Some things came to light that but anyway, Merle, big up yourself. Maureen Hines, good evening. Joe B, big up yourself, my brother. Keep it going, OT. Lily of the Valley, greetings and salutations to you as well. Carly Banks, bless up. Doreth McCoy, good night to you as well. Thanks for joining us. Artnell Muir, up, way up there. Missy B, how you feeling? Hope all is well. Blessings. Cecile Phillips, good night. Paulette MacArthur, and your body is eating. Yeah, thank you so much, Paulette. And to all of you who have checked in on me to make sure I'm okay. I'm fine, moving and grooving, shucking and jiving, bipping and bopping, caring and sharing with a dip in my hip and a glide in my stride. Thank you. Keep it going, OT. Dalvis, Quattlebaum. Good night, good night, good night. Cecile Phillips. Yes, 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 indeed. Grace Burke, big up yourself. Carlene Richards. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks for stopping by. Carhorn Jones. Likewise. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Dalvis says Dalvis can't hear me. Good. RG. Thank you, thank you, thank you. J Master Songwriter. Miss B. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Desmond Myre. Yes, Desmond. Paula says she can't hear me. All right. Is that it? Oh, Brave 876. Greetings, greetings, greetings. 876, I hope you have your family members, your neighbors, your friends, even people who normally don't talk. I hope you tell them about the program. I make them tune in. Hope you do that. Greetings again. Hurricane, with us, love. Hurricane Hattie, blessings, blessings, blessings. Mega, 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 mega. What? New York, well, actually, East New York is safe. East New York, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, East Flatbush, Brown, the whole place safe in Brooklyn. Arville, big up yourself. Oh, Rattis. All right. All right, Mega. Yeah. A few McCullough. Maryland on board. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Dipping and nipping. All right, Miss D. Moving and grooving, shucking and jiving, bipping and bopping, caring and sharing with a dip in my hip and a glide in my stride. That's it, OT. Best Williams, big up. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Jeffrey Greer. Yeah, man. Hey, Jeffrey, by the way, fire have a source, and the source is coal. A coal we burn around us, So, and we want the coal where, if you sure you know about coal, where it just about gray color, but you can't tell, say it's piping hot, and sometimes you touch it and you see what happens. But you burn fire, but actually fire is a secondary thing. You have a source where the fire come from, and a coal we are burn around us. But we'll keep the coal and the fire burning, Jeffrey. Bless up. That's it, OT. OT now answer me. Okay. Mike Reed, big up yourself, Mikey. That's it. Right, OT? Okay, okay, that's it. All right. Okay, listen. Tonight is a preview of what we're going to do on Saturday. And Saturday, I'm telling you, don't make any plans to be anywhere except with us on Saturday, because Saturday we're going to do some fantastic stories, some stories that they're just going to blow your mind. We're going to start out with interviewing and interrogation techniques. That little segment where we're teaching you how to ask questions. We're teaching you how to be critical thinkers. We're teaching you how to formulate the questions, how to do your research, and even when you don't do the research, how you can still be effective with the how you ask questions. And then, so this Saturday, our special guest for that segment will be a gentleman, a retired FBI agent by the name of Gamal Abdel Hafiz. Some of you have seen him on this program before. On Saturday, what he's coming to do, though, is he's coming to talk to you about his interviewing and his interview and interrogation of Jamal Badawi, who is the subject responsible for the USS Cole bombing in Yemen. Gamal and I, at the time, we were the only two FBI agents in charge of the whole Arabian Peninsula, from Kuwait all up north all the way down to Yemen in the south. So we were constantly flying. We were in Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. And for those of you who are not aware, Sadlin Guild, St. Elizabeth in the house, my husband, my place that, big up on yourself, big up on yourself, big up on yourself. Yeah, the United Arab Emirates is seven states. But most people, they hear Dubai and they think Dubai is a country. Dubai is not a country. It would be like a parish. You know, Abu Dhabi, likewise. Ras Al Khaimah, same thing. So we were in charge of that region. And he was the one who did the interview. I was with him in Yemen. He did the interview, and also he's going to talk about his interview of the Lackawanna 6, the first homegrown international terrorism group in America. He busted up that group as well. Carol Allen, Nian, oh, my people, my ruling, no, yes, Carol Allen, yeah. St. Elizabeth, not a hole. St. Bess, Donna, big up yourself. So he's gonna come and talk to you about how we interview these people and how we ended up interrogating them and getting the answers out of them. So it's gonna be an exercise in techniques, you know, how to do certain things. In addition to which, we're gonna play some videos and show you how politicians try to evade answering questions. So that when you ask your counselor, when you ask your mayor, when you ask your MP, and if you get a chance to ask a minister or the prime minister questions, you'll know when they're trying to evade, and so you can hold them right where you want them. They can't jump all over the place. You just hold them. So we're going to show you all of that. Then we're also gonna talk about beach access, a very significant topic. And Dr. Devon Taylor, Jabem of Jabem fame, he's been on the program several times. He's going to come and we're going to do updates again. But we're also going to go back and we're going to talk about the Prescriptive Act of the 1800s. And we're also going to talk about the Beach Control Act of 1965. And we're going to show you how both parties, to be fair, both parties have had the chance to ensure beach access to all Jamaicans. And it hasn't happened. Now, the opposition leader said that he's going to make it a priority. You have to take him at his word for now. He says he's going to do it. The prime minister, it's a family show, so I don't want to tell you, I don't want to use certain colorful words, but he hasn't done anything to ensure access to all beaches. He's made some overtures about upgrading public beaches and so on and so forth. But all of that has amounted to really nothing. We want access to all beaches, including beaches controlled by resort owners. We want that. So we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about it in conjunction with the environment. Because I'm going to share something with you on Saturday, and you're going to be sick to your stomach when you hear what I have to tell you about what the Jamaican government is doing to the environment. You're going to be very, very shocked. And then we have some additional stories to do. We have stories regarding, we have stories about the Honorable Kamina Johnson Smith. We have stories about the Honorable Minister Marlene Malahou Fort, and we have some other stories. We have a whole bunch of stories, to be honest with you. But you cannot afford to miss Saturday's program. You must tune in. And before I bring in Jamaicans and Yvonne, I just want to remind you folks that we have an event in Jamaica at the Randy Williams Center on Saturday, June 21st. It's the Reconnection Rally. Jamaicans is here. He'll give you an update on that. But we need funds to get this thing going. And so far, we're falling way behind where we should be. So we're asking you, if you want to make a contribution tonight, that's fine. If you want to wait until Saturday, that's fine. We're also planning some fundraisers because we have to get this done. The government is not doing it. The private sector is not doing it. A certain section of the diaspora decided that we're going to do it. And this is all to benefit the Jamaican people. And we want to do it free of cost to them. Because believe me, times rough at Jamaica. Rough, rough, rough. Me get the phone calls them every day. Rough. And the second thing is the Magnitsky Petition. We need all of you who haven't done so to go and sign the petition. And remember, you do not need to make a donation to sign. In fact, we're telling you, do not donate on that site. There it is right there. You just go in and put your details in there. Just sign the petition. Don't make a donation there. If you'd like to make a donation, and we suggest you make a donation, do so on the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation's website, ojldf.net. That's where you make all your donations if you want to support the things that we're doing. This is a form of support, but it requires no funding, no donations. And I know some of you have gone over there and you've made donations, and some of you continue to do so. People, that's why we say open up your eyes. It's not just your physical eyes, open up your mind as well, and just listen carefully to what we're saying. I know that you feel passionate about what we're doing and you want to make the donation, you want to sign the petition, but hear me out and hear me out clearly. Do not make a donation on that website, change.org. Don't. Just sign the thing. Some of you said, oh, it requires me to make a donation before I can sign. No. OT will tell you that's not the case. Another thing is, some people are afraid. They're saying, if we sign it, then the government of Jamaica, they'll find out who we are and then they'll come and drag us from underneath our bed. No, they don't know who you are. Sign the thing so that we can get it off. I'm going to big up all of the ambassadors, them who send me their work product, because remember, folks, we're planning to do this on 3 fronts, or for 3 violations. Kleptocracy, and everybody knows what that is. For those of you who don't, it is stealing from the public coffers. And we have plenty of examples of that in Jamaica. Just go to the $3 trillion unaccounted, $3 trillion unaccounted chart, and scroll through it, and you'll see lots of instances where money came from the public coffers and didn't end up where it was supposed to go. So that's one, kleptocracy. Corruption, that's one where you use your position, your public position, for private gain. You stuff your pockets. And we have lots of examples of that in Jamaica as well. Several cases going through the courts right now of politicians who allegedly stole money. The evidence is there. In time, we'll get to that. And then the last one is gross human rights violations. And that is when the police start kill off people without due process. When them start detain people without due process, like the states of emergency, where them just grab you and throw you in a cell and you just sit down there days, weeks, months. Jamaica is guilty of that as well. And we know about the some of these prisoners who are in prison for years, sometimes decades, and they haven't seen a judge. That too is gross human rights violations. We're working on those projects, but we need the petition with the signatures as a sign of support for what we're doing. Think of it like the icing on the cake. So we are asking you, please go and sign it. Frankly speaking, I'm disappointed at the numbers. However, I want to thank the people who signed already. And for those of you who haven't signed, I don't know the reason why, but I hope I've managed to clear up some of the concerns you may have had, especially when it comes to being fearful. I hope I was able to clear that up, that in saying that the Jamaican government will not have access to the list. All right. Having said that, we have Jamaicans. We bring on Jamaicans, and then we have, all right, Jamaicans, pick up yourself. What a go on? Talk to me, nephew. Can't hear you.
You hearing me better now?
Loud and clear.
There you go. Good night to your uncle. Bless up to everybody that is here who continue to support a cause that has always been for the Jamaican people. You spoke about the numerous phone calls that you will get on a daily basis. Trust me, man, we're in that crisis. Most of all, it is happy to be amongst family member again. Through business, we have to talk about it. Though I've been away, still being attached and still being very committed to the cause. And we'll have further conversation today. And I hope that a lot of us can sell our cleverness and buy bewilderment. Again, thank you, Uncle, and thank you for the hard-working team that is behind you. Trust me, you guys are very impactful, and I give thanks for that. So good night again, everybody.
All right, analyst professional. So where can I find the $3 trillion chart? OT, can you, if you can find it, can you just put it up in the chat, please? If not, analyst professional, you can go to the JAM's website, Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, JAMP. You can go to their website. It should be there. What they did was they compiled a bunch of reports from the Auditor General and made a chart, made it easy for us to in a synopsis. It's a Reader's Digest version. Just a blurb on a whole bunch of things. You can go there and you're going to be shocked when you see it. Also, I forgot to mention this Saturday, talking about young people, we're going to have on a young man this Saturday. You're going to be amazed. This Jamaican speaks 4 languages. He's lived all over the world, and he's an author. He's involved in he's published 6 books already, or I think he just published his 6th novel. This is something that we want to highlight around here. You know, them say it's always like gloom and doom. We talk about how the government is not performing. But whenever we come across a Jamaican or a group of Jamaicans doing something that can really fly the flag even higher, we want to bring them on and showcase their talent. And so this young man, I spoke to him today, very, very impressive. He's coming on Saturday, so you can't afford to miss him. Again, another young person in the space providing inspiration to the young ones in Jamaica. Also, there was something else. Not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, I hope to have on, but I spoke to him, the former DPP of South Africa. And this guy is a wealth of knowledge. I know him very, very, very well. He's in private practice now. So he's going to come and walk us through Parliament, the parliamentary system. He's going to talk to us about transparency in government, a whole range of things. He's going to talk about the role of the DPP, because he's going to be looking at what our DPP is doing. And he's going to compare and contrast. So It's going to be interesting. And that's a couple of weeks from now. Also, we've been in touch with that young man from South Africa, Liam Jacobs. He sent me a message this week. He was traveling. He got back. He said he has to work out some things with his schedule, and then he'll definitely be on the program. So we don't have a fixed date yet, but we have a commitment for him to appear on the program. So you can't miss it. A lot going on around here, people. A lot going on around here. And again, remember, the primary goal is to inform and educate. Inform and educate. We do a little entertainment around here too as well, but the primary goal is just to open up your minds, open up your eyes, or your mind's eye. And what we're saying is that we need you to look at things, to think critically. And I was thinking just before we started tonight, and I'm thinking, how can I come up with something like a Jamal thing, where people who cannot read, we can get something going so that we have at least a class where they can actually go and learn to read. Because, a population that is educated is an unstoppable population. A literate population spells success.
True.
Because then they can hold government really accountable. You can think for yourself. Nobody can fool you. And it sounds simple. And it really is simple. You just have to apply yourself. Well, folks, she promised me that she don't come on for quite a while now, but she busy, This is one of the busiest sisters in New York City. When she now plan some form of entertainment, open up nightclub, do this, do that. Plus, she's in the medical profession. When she now do them things that she won't asleep, So folks, listen, I want to bring on Yvonne. I won't tell you our pet name. She said that just for me and she. She don't want nobody else know the pet name. That's our little inner circle. Miss Young, Yvonne Young. I've known her for quite a while now. In fact, I know her parents quite well. May God bless their souls. Both of them have transitioned. But very, very good people. And I learned a lesson from her dad. Let me bring her on now so she can say, I'm going to tell her about that. Big up yourself, Yvonne. Let me tell you something. Because her father was an outstanding tailor. In Jamaica, you call people by their profession, so we call them tailor. And he used to work in the basement, right? And he used to be a first retailer in Jamaica, and he used to have a lot of people working for him. And when he was in the basement, he was working by himself. And I remember one Saturday, Mr. Tim said, Taylor, what in some people that he trained, them have places open. Remember Tony, I know if I'm knowing Tony on Church Avenue, we have the big place where a group of people work for him. Well, Tony used to work for your dad in Jamaica. Your dad taught him. And your father, I said to him, Taylor, why not just open up a place instead of the basement? Why not just open up somewhere on the thing? And you know what he said to me? A man was full of wisdom. He said to me, listen, if I open up a place, he said, I've done that before, first thing. I've done it before. And if I should do it now, he said, I'm into customer service, and chances are somebody's going to mess up the work product, and then the customer is going to come back and complain, and then eventually I'm going to have to do it. So he said, I just do what I can on my own. And he said this to me. He said, God has blessed me, and I'm satisfied with what I have. Never forget him tell me that. When Mr. Tim said, we don't open up a big, him said, no, I'm very satisfied with what I have. I'm fine. I work at my own pace. I take jobs as I feel like, and blah, blah, blah. And folks, her mom was a gem. Her mom spoke with her eyes. Her mom not talk much. Her mom not talk much at that, but you can just see it in her eyes and see her smile. And whether it's approval or disapproval. But I used to go to her house every Saturday morning. And her father used to buy me breakfast, or I get breakfast for him, but it was a wonderful, wonderful arrangement. Wonderful arrangement. Beautiful people. I just wish we had more people like those two people in the world. And now here's the daughter, the product, and she's like her mom and dad, and she's actually she's a little bit more forceful and outgoing than them. But the one thing you can count on is this: whatever she feels, she go and tell you. She not care. She go and just tell you, so you know how she feel about things. You don't have to second guess, because whatever she feels, she go and just tell you. And that's it. And she just move on. Big up all of the people in Manchester, Mandeville, and St. Bess, and all over Jamaica, our place that. Kingston and St. Andrews, St. Andrews, Westmoreland, Trelawney, Hanover, St. Mary, Portland, the whole place, St. Thomas, whole place, our place that. Big up on yourself, everybody. Now listen, this young lady here is an accomplished dietitian, and she's going to tell us tonight about diet in general, what she's seeing in her profession concerning how West Indians, particularly Jamaicans, how we eat and how we should be eating. And then we're going to get into a little bit more specifics. By the way, Dr. Ben is unavailable, won't be joining us tonight. He's in a place where he doesn't have access to the internet. So he won't join us tonight, but he'll be back next week. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Yvonne, no pet name, Young. You have to turn on the mic. Baby. Then I hear you. All right. Well, shall fix up that problem there. Yeah. Yeah. Can't hear you, Ivan. Okay. All right. Okay. So,
I want to quickly tell you on the ground what it is like. So the other day I was out and about, getting to meet and greet a lot of people, and I had a gentleman that walked up to me and said, "Jamaicans, what go on?" And we always watch you on Mr. Rattigan program. We can't miss it. And by I was standing there, he brought his whole family over. So I'm just saying to you and the team that we're making impact on people in the comment section. Your voice are necessary, man. Your comment and everything. It is shaping and changing Jamaica. It might seem slow, but it's working.
okay. Lily of the Valley. The PMG just really could. What's this? SG. The PM. I have a question. Do the opposition have to wait to do ensure that the government do what they must? No, I think I get the question, Lily of the Valley. The government, the opposition doesn't have to wait. In fact, we've been making the clarion call. We've been screaming, saying that the opposition, that they need to hold the government more accountable than they're doing right now. And one of the ways they could do it is by having the PNPYO have them assigned to particular agencies or ministries or departments and have them do reports and have those reports bubble up to the executives and have the executives do town hall meetings like maybe once every 2 months or so and give a report, a status report on the state of a ministry, because the government is not doing that. And I'm glad to see that they did something this week. They pushed out something, a gleaner. They put out a gleaner spot, stating that this government, although they claim that they haven't borrowed, they went back and they showed that every year they borrow money. Every year they borrow money. And my only critique of the article is that they didn't put, like, I would hope that I was hoping that they would put the year, the amount of money borrowed, the source of the funding, and also a place where you can go and view the entire document itself. But it's a good start, because I'm going to use it this Saturday and show that, again, the government is lying. And by the way, big up yourself, Mr. Editor, Senator. I know you're watching. That's Senator Marlon Morgan, who's doing Morgan things. I've reached out to him a couple times this week to invite him on the program to say, listen, we're doing beach access. We're going to go through the manifesto, because he said he edited the manifesto. And people, I'm going to show you. And I know he's watching. This is a personal message to him. No disrespect intended, Editor Senator Morgan. But based on what I've seen in the 2020 manifesto, and I think it's safe to say that you edited that, because the question that I asked you about the desalination plant came out of the 2020 manifesto. And when my good friend Jeffrey Tavares asked you about it, he said, have you read your manifesto? You said, I edited it. So I'm taking that you at the very least 2020, possibly 2016. Now let me tell you, I've gone through it, and again, no disrespect, but you can't edit even my son's homework. You can't do it, because when me look on the document, and I'm going to show the people this Saturday, I'm going to show the people the amount of mistakes we're making at that. I just going to give them just a sample, because I don't even want to go through. I don't want to turn the program into a whole thing, but I just going to give them a sample and show them, say, you are not an editor. You have no idea what you're doing, because I'm going to show them that an important document like this, certain mistakes you cannot make in these documents, but you managed to make them. And even though I said these things about you, I tell you the truth, because more you develop yourself. But I like to see you get better at it. But the problem is that you have to go push through your arrogance, because you feel like you're the brightest person in the world and nobody can talk to you. So we have to go push through that, and you have to go eat some humble pie and just come to your senses and just realize that, listen, I don't know everything, and people who know more than I. Let me sit down and listen and learn from them. So I want you to come on the program this Saturday. I've sent you a couple invitations already this week, and I will continue to send them to you until you block me or you decide to come on the program. Go ahead, Jamaica.
But a question I will ask, do you give him a chance to say, you know what, I didn't edit that one? Are you allowing him the opportunity to say, you know, I didn't edit this one? Because
I'm a very forgiving person. People know.
Okay.
And so if he says, look, you know what, I made a mistake, that's fine. We all make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm not afraid of making mistakes, and I'm not unwilling to listen to the voice of reason when I make a mistake, and I'm not unwilling to do a course correction.
So most definitely he has the opportunity to say that I didn't edit that one. He has that.
But here's the thing. If he says he didn't edit the 2020, the 2016 one have problems too. So
everywhere he turn back at you, Kim.
But this is why I said the 2021, because the 2016 one, I'm saying, well, you know, he was 4 years younger, and 2016, yeah, 4 years younger. And I said, well, maybe he didn't. But if you want to take credit for the 2016 one, fine. If you take the credit, you know, you have to take the criticism.
True. And remember, this man is coming out of our education system, so it's no wonder our education system is in shambles. Or maybe he's not the editor for that edit either. I don't know. Because
what's going to happen now, remember now, he's not only the editor, he's not only a senator, but he's also the spokesperson. So he's supposed to know.
Yes.
And when you watch the first part of the program on Saturday, you'll see how they question people who are supposed to know. You'll see the style of questioning. Because once you put on all those fancy titles,
yes,
you can't escape the critique. Yes. You can't just say, well, yeah. And some of these people, they don't want to say, I don't know. And he's one of them. You know, him know everything.
Yes.
And then we find out him not really know a lot. You know, I really don't know a lot.
According to him, he's the brightest in Jamaica and probably the world at that too. But as I said earlier, he should sell his cleverness and buy bewilderment. Maybe he can learn a few things, and he needs to learn to know to respect those who do good work and let your track record speak.
No, yeah, no, you see, the thing about it is that those people, they're not going to come around here, because around here we ask the difficult questions. We ask the questions that citizens want to ask.
Right questions.
Yeah, the questions that citizens should really ask. You know, because we're looking for answers that they ought to know.
Yes.
And sometimes people overlook certain things, and when they hear the questions being asked, they say, oh, yeah, you know, yeah, that's a good question, because the answer pertains to me. So, and this thing from SG, so the PNP just announced a plan where you can go to the office at night for them to help you to read and write. Outstanding. Kids can go there to do their homework. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I want to big up my nephew where they are St. Thomas. My watch right now, his name starts with O. I big up him and his family, because this is something that he's trying to get to get in his community. He's trying to get a homework center where children can to take them off of the street so they can come and they can and he's actually gotten teachers to volunteer free of charge to teach the kids, help them with their homework and teach them beyond the homework. So nephew O, big up yourself, sir.
This type of innovative thinking is necessary. It's critical to development of our people. And as you said, the Jamal teaching is needed, and we need kids to be teaching some of these adults. It's not a disrespect, but it is in terms teaching them at the level that they're at. And we're happy to see innovative practices like these. And this is how Jamaica can move.
Right. And somebody asked me a question. Was it yesterday? Today, somebody asked me, JLP stalwart asked me, them says, so if the PNP win, are you going to go after them with the same fervor as you are right now with the JLP? And I said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going after a party. I'm going after a government, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to them, so I'm going to hold the ministers accountable to deliver the product to the people. I'm going to hold them accountable. So don't expect any ease up. And to be honest with you, I think to some degree, some of them, I think they look forward to it because, again, when you criticize someone, you're actually trying to make that person better.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank
You know,
you.
you say, look, you're going in the wrong direction. This is where you should be going. And then you sit down and you reason with the person and you hope that the person will make a course correction and say, you know what, you're right. I was going on. Because we don't know everything. We don't know everything.
True.
Don't.
True.
I take advice every day. People call me every day and say, hey, you should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't do that, you should do this. I get the advice every day. And I'm honest enough to tell you that most of the advice I've received, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Because you know why? The people took the time to explain to me what I was doing wrong. Or they explained to me that, you didn't connect all the dots properly. And so I sit back and I say, you know what, they're right. They're right. Until you make changes. So it's not like people say, oh, you're a chameleon. You're just blending with whatever, is there. No, it's not that. It's when people explain to you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Your duty is to tell them thanks and move in the direction of righteousness and accomplishing the goal in a manner that you don't have to look back and second guess yourself. You can say, okay, all right, fine, yeah, I did it the right way, and I had counsel in doing it. So that's where we are. John Scott, big up yourself, big up yourself. Ivan, where you there? Where you there, Ivan? We can't see you.
That is the mark of an intelligent man, able to, facilitate conversation, but move by the right ones.
Right.
And we need to lower ego in Jamaica. Too much ego among the people. I wonder if Miss Ivan is ready now.
I am ready. Can you hear me?
Most
No,
definitely,
not
loud
you.
and clear.
You can hear me clearly?
Most
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening because I could hear you and everything, and I was doing everything. So again, I apologize for that, but it's okay. I am not from St. Elizabeth. I'm from Kingston. So let me clarify that because since all of y'all keep saying y'all from St. Elizabeth, that's okay. I'm the only Kingston on our line. That's fine. And yes, but yeah, and then what Rattigan say about my parents is fine. So yes, I'm more the forceful one and the more verbal one and the more violent one. So it's okay.
Violent.
Two,
Violent.
yeah,
Did you say
two
violent?
yeah, yes, yeah. Cool product, two two quiet product produce a crazy person. That's all there is to it. But anyway, let's get going. I really again I apologize. So I am a dietitian at Kings County Hospital right now. And I've been working there for 10 years, but I've been a dietitian from 1986. So it's a long time. I have some age on me. So basically as we get older, what I really want to focus is like on older people, even though I'm too young. But I work with a lot. When as you get older, there's a lot of things start happening to your body. You start to shake more, your cholesterol gone up, you have sugar, you have all these stuff, and all these things build up basically from when you were younger. Remember, if you reach 60 and 70, and after those age group, after a while, your body start to get weak.
Uh-oh. She'll be back. She'll be back, folks. Um, Somebody said take a trip to.
Very
Okay.
good point she was making there. Very, very good point, man.
Right. Um. Uh. uh oh, Mr. Reggae Girls and Traffic and you're very feisty. What him can't even edit your son homework and it's so overtime before the night done. Well, look, Reggae Girl, I'm not face to my face. I'm just being honest. I'm just being. You know why, Reggae Girl? When you watch the program on Saturday and I show you, you will understand. I understand your comment right now, but when you see the program on Saturday, then you'll understand why I said it. Because I'm remember now, we're going to play the clip first where he said I edited the manifesto, and I'm going to show you the grammatical errors. I'm going to show you the typographical errors. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of things. And then you'll be able to say, then how can you edit something like this, an important document like this, and make all of these mistakes? I never claimed to be an editor. No, he claimed to be an editor. So, and he claimed to be an editor. He claimed to be an editor for a government document.
Mm-hmm.
Not a government. Think about that.
Highest office in the country.
Exactly. All right.
So
We're
can
back.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can't hear you, man.
Okay, because I was wondering if you couldn't hear me, so you start talking about the homework
No,
back again.
no, no.
So anyway, what I was saying was basically like as you get older, some of the stuff that start to happen, and basically, if you look back over 20 or 30 years period, if you've been drinking soda, don't you think after a while when you reach 60 and 70, the diabetes is gonna kick in? If you've been eating unhealthy, the bacon and all those high fatty food, don't you think the cholesterol is gonna build up after a while? So this is why as you get older, you have to eat stuff in moderation. You have to exercise in moderation. Your blood pressure have to be a certain level. So you have to keep these things in mind and remember that you have age now, so you got to understand that I have to stop doing these things. You got to increase your activity, dancing, walking, so important for you to do those things. And then also when it comes to eating, a lot of people now, again back to most of West Indian, I'm not going to say Jamaican, a lot of West Indian, how many of us know what is called my plate?
What was that? My plate?
My plate.
What?
My plate. Just the word, like the word said, my plate.
Never hear about that.
Oh my gosh. My plate is basically look something like this. Nobody ever see a document or anything that look like that. You probably can't see clearly. It's called my plate. When you look at your plate, it's like it's not a 9 inch plate. It's supposed to be eaten from, it's a 7 inch, 7 or 8. Then you're supposed to have your greens. You're supposed to have your protein. You're supposed to have your vegetable. You're supposed to have your starch. You're supposed to have your fruit and your water. Many of us don't even do that. They're eating and they don't have half of the stuff them on the plate. And most of the time, if you notice when you go to most of these Western restaurants, they give you a whole pile of rice, more than 3/4 of the plate full of rice. And that's not what it's supposed to be. Half of your plate is supposed to be vegetable. So it could be a veg and a salad. And then a quarter of the plate supposed to be your protein. And the other quarter supposed to be a grain. And then you have your fruit and your water. A lot of us don't even do that with a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So that's where the problem started. You're not following the my plate instructions. You just do whatever. You have a half a plate of rice and you have and you have a full curry and on top of with a bunch of gravy. It can't work like that. It's gonna catch up to you one way. So you have to definitely do those things. Simple, the basic thing. Follow my plate. You can Google or go up and about my plate. That's how your plate's supposed to look. That's why it's called my plate. I think when Michelle Obama came into politics, she was came into government. She also was stressing that as far as with the New York City schools. So again, it's something very important, but a lot of us are not following it. But in general, just do what you have to do. Follow up with your doctor. Get all these things checked up, because as you get older, like I said, these things start to haunt the body. You have all kind of stuff up. And one of the things that I want to stress that I realize that is becoming such a problem now is blood clots. Not the curse word, but
Mm,
blood clots. Okay?
mm.
Keep those things in mind. It happens to our nearest family members and friends. Just make sure you follow through with your doctor. Okay, if you have that situation or if you know anybody that does, vitamin K is something that you have to stay away from. When you get your when you're younger, they say eat a lot of vegetables, but all that kale and all that green stuff you have to stay away from because of the potassium. It's going to be too much in the body. So now you have to start avoid the processed meat. Processed meat is like bologna, turkey, all them stuff. You go to the fast food restaurant and you buy those quick fast food stuff. All those processed meat, those canned food, the sandwich. How much of us when you're passing by a school, New York City schools, any of the schools, them you see the kids them go to the local deli, and they buy these things. It's not good. Sausage, all them stuff, all those processed meat is not good. It catch up on you. And then when it form the blood clot, now it can form anywhere in your body and move over all over the place where things where you don't even expect. And then when it move now, you're in a situation you can't breathe properly, your arteries could be clogged, your lungs could be clogged, any part of your body can start to clog, and then know you have to end up in a hospital and then start to get treatment. One of the most common things that I see that happen in the hospital is that most people they will end up getting a coumadin. And that's when it's really, really bad because now them have to start to thin out your blood by giving you that medication. And when you're taking that medication, you can't drink grapefruit juice. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can't. A lot of medications if you're doing drinking grapefruit juice, it interfere with it because of the acid in it. So you have to avoid that. And they have other medication. There's a whole list of medication you can get for it. But you just have to try to avoid them the best way you can. And just, do walking, exercise, stretch your leg. For most of us who drive a lot, you sit around the steering wheel, you drive for 3 and 4 hours. There's no circulation going on. So you yourself can even massage your leg. Just take your time, massage that leg because you're trying to make sure there's movements going on in your body. So it can the blood clots, if there's blood clots there, it can able to break up. It's not just gonna just break up on its own like that. You have to do something for it and with it so it can get done. Very, very important. So just remember those basic little stuff. Drink a lot of water. Hydrate yourself. So when it's coming up, hydrate yourself a lot. Eat high fiber food so you can go to the bathroom because when one thing start to back up, then everything start to back up. People don't like to talk about going to the bathroom, bowel movement. If you ever been in the hospital and don't go to the bathroom for 3 or 4 days, you know how much pain you're in your stomach? So you have to make sure so you're having bowel movement regularly after each meal. Okay, massage your stomach. Go to the bathroom. It's nothing for you to be embarrassed about. Pass gas. Let it free. Because if you let it back up inside of you, that's a problem. Then you have to go to the hospital and have bowel obstruction surgery. It's not good. So you got to practice your body to do a lot of stuff now. Like I said, do the walking, do the exercise, do the swimming, do the dancing. Activity is so important that combined with food for you to do a lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of things that can start to happen as we get older, and most of us know that. So we got to try to avoid these things starting now, especially when you reach 50. When you reach 50, start slow down on certain things where you're not going to do. Alcohol, avoid the alcohol. Cut down. If you ever drink a glass of wine, yes, but you can't be drinking because alcohol is sweet. And then diabetes come in. Beer, a lot of yeast, it make you fat, it make your belly big. So if you normally drink 6 beer when you're young, cut down the beer down and do 2 or 3. Nobody say you can't have it, but you gotta know how to cut down. It's about eating in moderation. Very, very important. Okay. I know I could talk. See.
No,
Um,
talk to us about goat. You and I had a conversation recently about goat.
Well, that was an issue. That you want to get personal? I'm not going to get too personal. Well, go to something also that you'll be surprised when it start most of the times from your toes. Believe it or not. And then when that happen, then you have to basically go to the doctor. So you have to avoid some of the foods them that they're eating, and most of those things like the tomatoes and stuff like that. You have to avoid them because it causes more problem again in the body, in the toes. And then you have to go and then eventually it end up leading into diabetes, believe it or not, and then also form into a form where you can what's the word I'm trying to use? Would have to amputate. And you don't want it to reach that far. So you have to try to avoid eating some of those acidic food. And there's a whole list of acidic foods that you can find are non-acidic food. Go back to your vegetable. Go back to ground food. That's better than eating basically. Believe it or not, the ground food is better than the rice. So you want to eat that. And then when you have to go, you want to try to avoid too much of the white products. When we say white products, start to chop the white dumpling, the white rice, the white potato. Eat the sweet potato versus the white Irish potato. Eat the brown rice instead of the regular white rice. Okay, so it's a lot of it start from basics. So you just have to just make sure so you just follow through the best way you can.
Let me ask you a question.
Let's say the
I
patient.
think it was Missy B who put it inside there, and she said it comes down to affordability. How affordable is it to eat the way that you're talking compared to the way that we're used to eating?
Okay, that is a good point. However, you see a lot of this stuff. Okay, let me go back to affordability. A lot of people saying that go organic. What is organic? Organic is without spray and chemicals. How many of us, especially depends on where you live, can afford to grow your own products. Then it's very difficult. So you have to go back to the basic, the very basic, and just eat something that you can plant or somebody else plants. In the summertime, yes, in New York where I'm at, we can't plant stuff around the world, so you have to plant stuff only in the summertime. So you just go back to basic. Do not spend money and go to a lot of these. I don't want to call no names and no store and go and figure say you're gonna get organic stuff. You're not gonna get most of it because once one farmer is spraying is lettuce and they use the helicopter and they drop the water and all that stuff down. Guess what? It moves, it travels, so you can go to
Oh,
the next farmer. So you have to make sure, say, are you planted or you know your friend or your neighbor planted. If you live in an area, your Jamaica where people can plant their own food, that's the best thing. Grow your own stuff. Jamaica is a climate that you can grow food all the way around. That is better for you to produce your own stuff and grow your own stuff than basically trying to buying stuff and say you're buying organic stuff. They not it's too expensive. So just go simple. Plant some callaloo. You have callaloo. Okay. Plant potatoes. You can plant potatoes. Okay. Now you can go vegan and start to do plant-based stuff. Eat peanut butter. Eat eggs. Go think the chicken in your yard and use the eggs. So it yes, it become expensive, but depends on what you call expensive. Depends on your budget. Depends on your budget and depends and then what you also you can do. If you know somebody from Jamaica or anywhere in Florida, yes, lose Florida then, that can plant stuff for you, let them send it to you. And then you freeze it. It's better you freeze it because you have it. Because it's better you eat the frozen stuff and then prepare it from the freezer to the stove than you go buy something else on the street that's clean, quote, to be organic. Not no go so.
but Ivan, how somebody who grew up on curry goat and white rice, right? How
Mm.
you,
Stop
I
them
mean,
from.
without crisis, without the person experiencing a health crisis,
Mm-hmm.
how do you tell that person to go and eat some tasteless, insipid uh, vegan meal or whatever it is? It stop them. How you convince somebody like that? Because a lot of it has to do with taste. And if it not tastes good, you know, really want to eat it. And especially if you're young and you're not concerned about mortality. You know, the world is your oyster and you feel like you live forever. How you convince somebody like that saying give up the white rice, give up the curry goat and eat squash and lentil and how you do that?
Okay, what I that's a good point. Let me tell you why. Because in the hospital where I work at, we are a plant-based hospital. So a lot of West Indian, we know the town that we're in or the area is mostly covered by a lot of West Indians. So when they come into the hospital and we give them a plant-based meal, they were like, I'm not eating it. Because they, like you said, they used to the cargo. So what you have to basically do, when you show somebody their lab work and you get their lab and you show it to them and you break it down. You see this? Your hemoglobin come back is very low. So you need to eat this in order for you to anything this. So you have to know how to break it down for them. But it's better that you go with the lab work and let them actually see their own lab work themselves. And you break it and you encourage them to eat it because you can't, they're not gonna stop right away. But you're gonna ask them, will you choose life or death? You make that decision. And if they choose life, then they say, I have to break it down. Talk to them about focus on that person lab work, not nothing else. And show them. So listen here. This come back and it's too high. So guess what? You gotta start eating this slowly. You gotta stop eating. That's how I do it. And I find myself get across to the West Indian and other people in the hospital when they come and they ask because they're like asking, well, whatever. Also another important thing is what you said was about the seasoning. You know that I personally, when I'm seasoning my food and my meat, I use fresh I use like celery or tomatoes, not too much of the powdered stuff, but in the hospital you're not gonna get that. So what I would tell people, if you like stew peas, like myself, and you know say you love stew peas and you eat stew peas with pigtail all the time, trust me, if I make a ital stew for you, you won't even miss the pigtail because it's well seasoned with other stuff that I like. I'll put in the pumpkin in there, and I'm gonna put in the vegetables and put the squash. That's how you get them to eat these things. You put it in there so it mash out in there. It's the same thing like soup. If a kid come to you say they don't like vegetable, put the soup and give them vegetable soup. And make them do it themselves so you can incorporate and learn, teach them how to put the stuff them that they like in other food. It don't have to be the season, because let me tell you, hospital food is very bland. Very, very bland. So what I would tell them, listen, when you go home, you make your food and you add this in there. You add tomato in there, you add a little bit of this in there, you have fresh thyme, you have some. No, they do the bottle season them, because it becomes too much. And
Yeah.
then what those things, you freeze those things and you use those freezer items to season your meat. You do a beef stew and you have some carrots and some celery and stuff left over. Throw it in another pot while and you season the meat with it. So it becomes flavorful. That's what it is. It's the flavor sometimes where people can't take the eating. If some restaurant when them cook them ital stew, them now putting up, you know them not putting a pigtail in it. But you can go to the store and go buy the ital stew and it tastes just as good without the pigtail. And I love pork. I will eat my stew piece with or without pigtail. But if I cook ital stews, give you only if you miss the pigtail. So it's all about your mindset. You have to make up your mind to change your lifestyle. That's the key, you know. The question is life or death. What do you choose? Okay, I choose life. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. And I bring up the lab work and I say, okay, you see this here? You have to stop eating this within another 2 or 3 days so you can improve that. That's all you have to teach people. That's all we were taught how to teach them in the hospital to get them to when they go home. I'm gonna try a plant-based meal because that's what I'm getting at the hospital. I can't do without the meat. There's nothing wrong with you eating the meat once in a while, but you have to try. You have to try. If a meat you have to stop eat, try just do the regular vegetable stuff that you like. That's all you
Um,
have. It's a change. It's about changing your lifestyle. You could be poor, our brokers, oh, we call it in Jamaica, and still survive and still have a healthy lifestyle.
Megawatt ask if you work at Kings County. And yes, Megawatt, you work at Kings County. And by the way, me still live 2 blocks from Kings County. Me still live on 94th
Block
Avenue.
from up the block from the house where you still usually come and
Yeah,
do your
it's,
shopping.
exactly.
Exactly.
You still live
Don't
2 blocks from where you work now. But
exactly.
I know Jamaica want to ask you a question. But you know what I thought? You're talking about somebody now who have incidents so that them end up in the hospital. I was referring to somebody who's not in the hospital, and how you convince them. And I was thinking that instead of you give them the curry go to the white rice,
Mm-hmm.
the 9-inch plate, maybe you give them a 7-inch plate with the curry goat gravy and
Mm-hmm.
2 and you kind of slowly wean them, you know what I mean? Wean them off of it.
I don't do that. Let me
Hey,
tell you what I don't.
to
Because
the
I have friends. I,
one
I
pay
have
9 on the bus.
I have I have friends. I have friends who the same thing. They say, okay, oh, I'm gonna stop eating the curry goat and the white rice. I would say, okay, instead of you eating 3 pieces of curry goat, eat one little piece of the curry goat then. Add more
Only
vegetables.
for gravy.
Yeah, not with the whole heap of gravy because the gravy not gonna cause cholesterol problem. You still have the curry goat, but instead of like you say, instead of the 9-inch or the 7-inch plate, go to a smaller plate, like the one that we call salsa. Eat that then, and then eat more vegetables. That's what I tell them all the time. I say, listen here, you don't have to stop eating your curry goat completely now because I need to see a lab work. But guess what? Cut it down then. Just eat a smaller portion of it so you not miss it. So you know get greedy and go steal and start eating more of it. Just cut down and eat a smaller portion and then eat something else. That's what I tell my friends. Because the same thing with me. Lately I stopped eating chicken. Completely. Ever since me about that bird for me just stop eating chicken. And when me see the chicken, me smell it and stuff like that, me like, interesting. I'm gonna touch it, but me wean myself off. It's just like a baby. It's like you wean yourself slowly onto things. It's not gonna happen overnight. 30 to 90 days the most you can easily will take to change your lifestyle. It not gonna happen in a 1 week or 2 weeks, no matter what anybody says. You have to wean yourself on. It's just like when a baby was on breast and then go to bottle. Yeah, wean them slowly on to the bottle, to the cup. Yeah,
Well,
not
Jamaica have a question.
some drastic. Huh?
Jamaica have a question.
Okay, darling, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Um, just check, I hear you say that you're focused more on the elders. However, I was thinking, what about prevention being better than cure? And also, do you have any type of training or class that you do to educate people about their health choices?
Yes. I didn't focus on, I was just talking about because we are much older, so we talk about older people. But yes, my experience start from babies, from when they as a matter of fact, from pregnant mothers, go all the way up until that baby is got delivered, all the way into a toddler to a child. So I complete do a little bit of everything. So what I do is with the younger people, because they are more stubborn, then they figure, say, oh, I live my life, I live my life, I'm a go on and blah 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 blah. Anything can happen, anything can happen. And like I said, what I focus, my main focus, when that child, that teenager, or that young adult go to the doctor, I need to see a lab work. I'm going to try to find their weak spot, the weakest link in them body. And that's what I focus on. You can't focus on somebody high point. So you go back to the lab work, them do them physical for the year, bring your physical to me, let me see it. And me go look for the lowest spot, and that's what you focus on. And then he asks the same question, life or death. What do you want to change? What are your goals? What do you want to do? So I focus on those. So that's how you start to prevent these things from happening. Because then you tell them, listen, you see the lady over there, so she lost her eyesight the other day. Why did she lose her eyesight? Because guess what? She probably wasn't eating enough carrots. We just use it as an example because there's a lot of other reasons. Okay. And then when she lose, I say you can't see, they have to start wear glasses and all kind of stuff. So you have to show them, you have to find where the weakest point in our person and elaborate on that and teach them what you can do. I do the class, I do breastfeeding classes, I do toddler classes, I do adults, and I do teenage, I do everything, I do all of the classes them. I even teach classes on mental people at Kings County. They know me. I teach them mental. How do I get to them? I find a way to get to them. And my mental classes that I have at Kings County, anybody could tell you, is one of the best classes there. Not to brag about it, but I could tell you. You come into one of my, you never think some mental people may I teach. We find a way. We find a way. You got to go to the weakest part.
Oh,
When somebody want to hurt you or your family, what do they do? What's the first thing they do go through?
You curry go to the right side.
No. Go to the weakest link your
they
family.
look for the access point.
They go to your weakest link, your family. So this is the same thing. You find the weakest link in the person, and then you
Mhm.
allow it and you dwell on that and you educate on that part.
May
Whatever everybody have a weakness.
So,
Okay.
so true. May I ask you, was it any personal experience why you got to this to start thinking about healthy choice or anybody's experience?
No, let me tell you, on a serious note, my mother was a nurse. And she always wanted her three girls them to be nurse. But she said there's a lot of money in it. And I'll go to school.
Uh-oh. I don't even come back. We'll shift to some questions in the from the chat. And we're gonna turn on the phone line tonight to people. So Miss Philadelphia, Miss P, and all of the miss them out there. Missy B, Missy this, Missy that. All I know. No need for calling tonight. Oh, one's back.
I don't know what happened. What happened? Okay. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
can't hear.
happened.
I can hear
I
you.
Loud
guess
and clear.
whenever somebody's calling us, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Loud
Yeah.
and clear. You're not hearing us?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Guess not. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Something happened, and then I guess whenever the phone rings, it cut me off. But to go back to what you were saying was that to what I was saying was basically like I said, when my father, he was staying in the basement, it was basically because he wanted to. He didn't want to open up another business, so he figured we have the house already. Let's utilize the basement. So my mother wanted me to become a nurse. I
Talk up
went.
louder. Talk up louder. Talk up louder.
I said my mother wanted me to become a nurse. And
Yeah.
when I started Hunter College in my freshman years, we had to dissect a pig and then do a lot of scientific stuff. I said, Mr. Mom, this is not for me. Me can't do this. Me can't do this. I'm a change. I'm say I didn't want to lose my credits and lose my money where my mother spent for me for go college. So I say, you know what? Let me see what I can do to incorporate those credits and those classes. And I said, let me try nutrition. And because I'm a foodie, I said I'm going to try nutrition. And when I tried nutrition, one of my first course was food science one, and it was nothing about. And then I did experimental foods, and from I did that experimental food class, that was it. That's it. Oh yeah, this is for me because experimental food class teach me not eat mayonnaise. I've never eaten mayonnaise yet. When we go into the class, them show me what mayonnaise does to the body, and all you people use mayonnaise to wash them ear. So I say, why should I eat that? And that's what changed. That's what changed me to become a inspired me to become a nutrition. I've never ate mayonnaise from there. Never eat it yet, and don't plan to because
Mhm.
me realize what it does to the body and why me I use something for wash my ear and my mouth. So
All right.
that was one of the reasons why I become a nutritionist.
You just mentioned mayonnaise. What's some of the other products, food products out there that you would say stay away from this?
There's so much. It depends on what's going on with your health wise, believe it or not. So there's not a I would tell anybody alcohol for sure. Too much of the alcohol is not good for you because it becomes sweet, and the sweet, of course, become diabetic. That you have diabetes, but it's so much stuff that you don't want to eat. It depends. That's a very, I want to say a hard question, but it's a question that it depends on what's going on with your health wise individually. So I am not going to tell you stop eat this or stop eat this because of whatever it is. You know, eat in moderation and in small portions. Notice also when people go to a buffet or them pile up them food with everything, that's not good. Why you can't just have a little bit of starch, eat a little bit of this, a little bit of that, wait till the food digests. That's why the buffet is there for. You could stay there for 3 hours. Take your time, eat a little bit, talk, get up, walk. That's what I do. And then you go back again. People just pile up them plate with a bunch of stuff when you look at it. And then the funny thing about it, them go to the salad bar and then pile it with a bunch of salad dressing. Why? That don't make no sense. Your salad supposed to be eat. It's supposed to be the fiber that help you to um make room for the other part of your body, the other part of your foods, them to digest properly. So why are you gonna pile up that nice salad we just don't make to give path for your stomach to bring all the rest of food them in, circulate through your intestine, and then have a bowel movement after to go pile it up with a bunch of fat? That don't make no sense, none whatsoever. Do lemon juice for your salad or a little bit of vinegar, and that's it. You don't need all this fat. All them fat adds up. You just mess up a salad dressing. Me not eat salad dressing at all. You just mess up your salad. So that's the best thing for me to tell anybody because there's so much different stuff that add, what can I say, add enemies to your body. That's what they do. So it all depends on what's going on with you and you. As everybody have individual reasons for everything. No two people at the body are the same, you know. So that would be my thing to tell everybody. But as far as the fat, stay away from all them fatty stuff and all the sugary stuff. Those are the two main things: sugar and fat. Stay away from them, or do it in
Somebody,
moderation. Tea. Why you
Merlin,
need sugar?
Merlin, Merlin asked a question. What's the best oil to cook with?
Again, it depends on everybody. Olive oil is best to cook with, but it's not a good oil to fry with. So if you're gonna fry a piece of chicken, be honest, because people do eat fried chicken, it's not the best oil to fry with. So olive oil is the best one to cook with, or canola oil. If you do coconut oil, also coconut oil is high in fat. So somebody who have heart problem may not want to do the coconut oil and cannot do the coconut oil. So again, it all depends on what's going on. But I would have started off with the extra virgin oil,
Cold pressed or just regular?
regular. You can do the
Okay.
cold press again, but to the regular is fine. You don't want to deplete a lot of stuff from your body, because all of us body have some kind of bacteria. And the bacteria in your body, some of them are good bacteria. And when you start to do all of these cleansing stuff, you clean out the good bacteria in your body to help fight the enzymes and the cells them in your body. So you need the antioxidants and you need those things to help build the cells. So if you get rid of, okay, the same thing with antibiotic. Do you know when you take antibiotic for a long time, it get rid of all the good bacteria in your body? So that's why sometimes the doctors don't put your antibiotic for a long time, because you need the good bacteria to help build your cells.
Here's
Because
another,
Hmm?
another question for you. Freedom of a question. Is it true that brain needs fat?
To think,
Eh?
that's to think. Your brain needs some kind of fat in order to think and to grow. So that's why also when you are younger, it's best for you to have a whole milk instead of the skim milk, because the whole milk helps the fat in your brain and help you grow quicker than the low fat milk. But as you get older, you use less fat because your body don't probably store enough fat in the body so it can able to circulate. So you don't need that much fat anymore in your body when you reach a certain age. But when you're younger, as you get younger, it's best for you to have the whole milk and the whole fat. Yes.
All right. No, Andy Braham say him confused with what to eat because him hear this, him hear that, and everybody have a theory, and everybody have everybody have advice as
I
to
have
how.
for that. Everybody is a street nutritionist or a street dietitian. Just like and I could personally share this. When I have any illegal or any legal question, who do I come to a call?
Me.
Exactly. Why am I going to ask my friend next door who have no degree, no experience? Everybody a street lawyer. No, 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 no. Me no need for near from. Oh no. Go to the source of the people them who have experience. Because I will tell you straight up, I don't watch the news. I don't have time to listen to all those foolishness. So when I have a question, I call Rattigan because I'm the expert. Him know. Him going to guide me. Because if him guide me wrong, them have somebody for blame. When me I listen to Mary and Susan and Tom for, them not me experience anything. So them are going to tell me foolishness. No, me don't want to hear that. Stop listening to street lawyers. Go to the source.
You're on point.
Everybody's. I'm not saying people who have degree are more smarter than some. That's not what I'm saying. But go to the somebody who have experience with what they're doing in order to help you or guide you. Listen, you have to do a surgery. The people have to think basic. You have to do a surgery tomorrow. Are you gonna go to the surgeon to do it, or are you gonna go to the nail technician? Who knows so much and probably was supposed to be going to school and was supposed to study for surgery for in the medical field. People gotta think. People sometimes are not even thinking. Just go back to basic. That's my recommendation. Don't listen to what everybody say because you have a cold. Mary I tell you say you must drink honey with lemon. Then Susan I tell you must take eucalyptus oil. Then Tom I tell you say boil ginger. Then Mary I say boil garlic.
Garlic.
How much stuff are you gonna have in your body? You don't even know what works for you, and why are you doing this?
And the proper dosage as well.
So- Because then you're fooling your body with all this stuff, and you don't even know what works. Go back to basic, and I will say this: when you were a baby, when I was teaching infant classes, when a baby is off a mother's breast, the first thing that I'm going to tell them to do is to go to a cup. And then from a cup, we're going to start off with vegetables first. The reason for veg is because it's plain and it's easier to digest than to go with the fruits because the fruit is sweeter. Once the baby have appetite and have a taste bud, he or she gonna go with the sweet stuff. So start off with the bland stuff first. And you try that food for 3 or 4 days or possible for a week to make sure that baby is not allergic to that item before you move on to the next one. It's the same thing with the cold. So why are you putting garlic, ginger, everything with Mary I tell you, go cut bush and that's foolishness. Do one or two things at a time and make sure it works first. If Mary said ginger work for her, ginger may not work for you. Your body may be fighting something against the ginger, then you may have an allergic reaction to the ginger. It worked for her, but it may not work for you. Your body probably cannot break it down as fast as her. So you have to listen to your body, and one thing at a time. Do not go into and start following these people. One thing, at least a week. Try it for a week first. Then you go on to the next thing. If that didn't work, then you can say the same thing. Also, when you go to the doctor and the doctor say your hemoglobin, I don't know if anybody know what I mean, hemoglobin, your blood count is low, and it has to be a certain number. It has to be at least 30 and above. And they tell you, say, okay, they're not going to give you iron pills to take, and you're going to take the iron pills. They're going to tell you to take the iron pills for at least 30 days. The iron is not going to go up in your body right away. It's going to take at least 30 days for it to digest, go through the intestines, and go through here, everything, and then move all over the body for it to really start to work. And then when you go back within 30 days, then you will see possibly a change. But it's not going to happen overnight. You got it. You have to, sometimes when me listen to people, sometimes when I talk, you know what I do? I say, okay, all right, whatever. I'm out. Bye. I don't even continue the conversation because I'm not about foolishness. And that's where my temper comes. I'm not about foolishness. So I'm just move on. I'm just go talk to somebody. Don't you're not talking to me. 'Cause I have nothing else to say. That's it, and I'm done. I just shut it down right there. No, I ain't got time. You got to go back to basic. It's go back to, and I will say this on a personal note. Notice some of the things I said personal. Okay. How many of us have parents that we lost our parents? Some of us have lost our parents. And ever you hear the most foolish is when somebody tell you, oh, she's in a better place. Oh, you know that. Me don't want to hear that. Me just lost my mother. When you tell me about she's in a better place. Listen, move from me here. Me just shut them down. That's why Mother's Day, me not going away no more. Right again, no, me not going away no more Mother's Day. Because me not want to interrupt my body lifestyle and I throw in my sadness because I lost my mother on Mother's Day. So me not bother. Me not because me not want to hear the Mother's Day song. I think I make me start to boss. So when me bother, no, I'm not gonna do that. So again, just go back to basic post. Nutrition incorporate everything that you do in your life. Food is the staff of life. You know much problem when in a hospital. You know much problem that cause a patient. It's always because them not get the right food. Them not get enough. Them fights. Them cuss you because the food never tastes good. It's always about food. You go to a restaurant and the same complaint. The food not taste good. Take it back. Think basic. That's all I tell you. Go back to the basic. Go back to the basic days. Go back to your younger days and just think.
Folks, listen, we have Yvonne here with us. And the phone number, we just turn on the phone because I suspect that some of you might have questions you want to ask her. The phone number is 667-369-8569. That's 667. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. 667-369-8569. So you can call in and ask any questions. Any question you have regarding nutrition. She's here and and you see how she talks, straight talker, she don't really go around and nothing. She just got to the chase and
but tell us something. No, me go research it and send it to you tomorrow or whatever it is because I'm good for that. I love to research stuff. Can you hold on 1 minute? I'm on the phone with Rattigan.
Hello.
I'm on the phone with.
With who?
what like that.
Boss man want to know what my
We hear him, man. We hear him.
Okay. Okay, so boss man want to know who I'm on the phone with and what am I doing. So that's basically what the conversation with. So I'm on with Rattigan. So I didn't call. So I'm getting the phone call.
Good night. Welcome to Comrades Miss Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Miss Pennsylvania. Go ahead. Welcome. What I say?
Country.
Hello?
The person have a question?
Miss Pennsylvania, we can hardly hear you.
On the phone still with them. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Tell her to put the question in the chat and then see if
Hello?
Are you on the radio?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Tell her to put Rattigan. Tell her to put the question in the chat and then see if you can see it and then I'll be able to answer her.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes,
Yes.
I could hear you.
All right. Good night, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good night. How are you?
Now, we'll come on to the cholesterol problem. A lot of people have
Mm-hmm.
been experiencing that. Can now more guests tell us what's the true cause for cholesterol? I've heard that when
Yes.
you eat too much cheese or mayonnaise and things like that, it contributes to cholesterol
Okay.
problem.
So good question. Okay. So that's
And
your
hold
answer.
on a while.
Well,
Say
And
it
this
again.
describe what it is like. I heard that like it's stuck into a tube and like it can be flushed out or something like that. But one thing I know that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have died because of cholesterol problem, which that should not be. So can you explain and expand
Okay.
on that,
All right. So
please?
let me elaborate on that. The first thing with cholesterol, seafood, dairy products. If you have too much abundance of it, yes, it will go up. Your cholesterol number is supposed to be 200 and less. Once you go to the doctor and you find out that is over 200, anything over 200, 215, 210, your doctor's going to put you on cholesterol medication. Could be Lipitor, could be anything. But once they start putting on medication, you have to monitor that. So then you have to start cut down on your dairy product for sure, or omit dairy. Go lactose free if you have to have dairy, or just omit it completely. And then basically it also lead from the heart, because then now you have to go to the cardiologist to do that stress test and do that test to see how your heart is and see if there's any blockage there. And if there's blockage there and the arteries them are not clear, so the blood can't flow, that's when the heart attack comes on. Because then what happens now is that you can't breathe properly. Just think of your heart when your heart. You can't breathe properly. So you're breathing heavily now. So by that happening now, you start to have heart attacks. So you start to feel the pains. So that is all this because cholesterol already done build up in your. It's like a plaque. It's like if you look at your teeth and you realize anybody who have teeth and you see a lot of plaques, white stuff on it. That's what it is. So it's now what become a plaque now that is the cover in the heart and covering the arteries and then stop you from breathing, and that's how the heart attack comes in. That's why you have to basically start to clear it up now, and then you have to probably eat a lot of the green leafy veg, and then you have to start to exercise and open up the lungs and open up the heart so you can do. Nutmeg is very good for that. And then just eat a lot of green leaf vegetable. You eat a lot of fiber, like oats, cereal that has fiber in it. Oats is very good for that. You could do that for the cholesterol. That's just a quick fit, but you definitely have to see the doctor. Once you see 200 and above, go get it checked. The LDL is another number that you need to look at, and the HDL. So you got to look at those numbers. But again, I'd have to see your lab work. Ask for your lab work when you go to the doctor. Ask them, can I have my results? You are entitled to it. And when you see it, then you can ask them to break it down to you. Some doctors are so busy, they don't have the time, which is okay. So that's when you call in a dietitian, or they may tell you, and then you ask them to break it down for you, because not everybody know how to read the labs. That's another thing. So that's the best thing for you to do.
all
Hello,
right.
is she
Oh,
there?
no, no, no. She's yeah, no, she's
Yeah,
listening.
cholesterol leads to the heart problem. So that's basically where the heart attack comes in. So you want to
Four
make
zero
sure.
667 369 8569. Caller, good night. Welcome to Conversations Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Florida.
Yes.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, I'm okay. I was listening earlier
Mm-hmm.
when you said that what you eat when you're on Coumadin.
Mm-hmm.
I am a caregiver and I have a
Okay.
patient who had
Awesome. Okay.
blood clot in the lungs.
Okay.
And then she was in the hospital for a week and
Mm-hmm.
then they put her on Lovenox.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I would
another
like
one.
to know what she can eat while
Mm-hmm.
she's on the Lovenox.
Okay. First main thing is the whole grain products, whole grain bread, brown rice. You want to eat for sure. High fiber items. She has to stay away from meat. She has to. There's no giving. and then she have to eat plant green not green no green leafy vegetables. So this is see where it counteract with each other. She can't eat the things with vitamin K like kale and stuff like that. She can't have those things. But whole grain is her best friend. Whole grain pasta. Okay, oatmeal is also good for her to have. So anything that
Oh,
has fiber, brown rice, there's another thing that I was trying to remember. Quinoa, you can have that also. Um, you could also have if she's a anything like I don't know if she's from the island or wherever. Dark chocolate is also good to have. You could ask for chocolate from Jamaica or dark chocolate from here. That's also good. She can incorporate that into her food. But
no, I
definitely,
can't give her. She's Jewish, you know.
oh
She's
well,
So
Jewish.
she, yeah,
right.
so she can't eat like how we eat.
Mm-hmm. Stick to your old
You know, so
grains.
I just wanted to know what to give
It's a
her.
whole grain.
Stick with your
Quinoa.
That's
whole
whole grain.
definitely stick with your whole grain.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
and it's nothing with acidic fruit juice like orange juice or stuff like that. She can have banana and she can have peanut butter. That's also good to have. But your whole grain is your best friend. And
Hmm.
let her know that cranberry juice also to stay away from cranberry juice when she's taking Coumadin. It
Oh,
it counteracts
that's
it.
no. I didn't get that. What about cranberry juice?
Cranberry juice counteract with the Coumadin. Hold on 1 second. One
Yeah, she said
second.
don't have her drink cranberry juice.
No, but she's not on Coumadin. She's on Lovenox. I took her off Coumadin, and
Okay.
she's on Lovenox. I should get an injection every day for
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So I would like to know then if it's the same thing applies with the cranberry.
I'm sorry.
You
Believe
know,
it or not, I am cooking. I'm cooking some ital stew for somebody repass.
yeah, yeah. So
Cranberry
Ivan,
juice. Let her stay away from the cranberry juice because the cranberry juice is going to counteract with the Coumadin.
no, Luminox.
no,
Oh,
Lovenox,
Luminox.
Lovinac.
Lovenox,
Oh,
the
Lovinac.
injection that you get.
Right. Lovinac is one of the common ones that they give in the hospital. It's much cheaper than Coumadin. So it's okay. She still have to stay away from those things.
She has to stay away from the cranberry.
The cranberry juice, the grapefruit juice, yes. She can have banana and she must have whole grain stuff. I'm stressing whole grain because whole grain is very, very important for anybody who's don't have any kind of blood clot.
Right,
She can
right,
have
right now she's
she can have
on it.
banana, she can
She's
have
doing
peanut butter.
fine.
Say it again there.
She's doing fine, but her eating habits is way out. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
what to give her.
She like oatmeal. Oatmeal and beans are
No,
good.
no,
No?
no. She
Oh,
she takes a lot of Cheerios with ripe banana and
that's
blueberry.
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
That's
That's
okay.
good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The cherries, remember I said
Yeah,
things that are
because
high fiber.
I am concerned. I want to know if I should continue giving her the cranberry because she has an issue with
Oh
UTI.
no. Okay, okay. See,
No?
another interaction is going on. It's better she have the apple juice instead, not the cranberry.
Oh,
With the UTI,
okay.
the UTI is good, but not because she's taking that Coumadin. She can't have the cranberry juice, so and because she have a UTI also.
No,
I guess this is a much older
no,
person.
she's not on Coumadin because when she was in the hospital, they were giving her the Coumadin and then they changed it
Okay.
because she would have to be getting a blood test very regularly. So,
No.
hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hello?
I'm hearing you. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yes. So they took
Okay.
her off the Coumadin and started with
And
the
they give her
Lovenox.
the right. That's fine.
Right.
But now you said she have a
So I'm
UTI.
just, so there, so you're saying no, she's not to have the cranberry
No,
with the
definitely not.
Lovenox.
No. She needs to have the apple juice instead. Okay, so let me ask you something personal. Give me a minute there, Rattigan. Because she's how old is this woman? She's over 80?
She's 84.
Okay, that's why I figured that. Okay, so let me tell you what you have to do as her caretaker. You have to turn her more often, and every time she pee, I'm gonna get a little. Every time she pee, you have to change her undergarment because that's where the UTI is coming from.
Yes.
When they're that age, just a little damp or drop will cause the UTI at that age. So they're going to be, they may not pee excrete out 2 ounces. So they may excrete out a little bit, and every little bit adds up, and that's how the UTI come in. Very,
Okay.
very, very, very common. So you have to change your undergarment very frequently because
Right. Because
you
she's incontinent. She doesn't walk.
exactly, exactly. I figured that's. I
Okay.
figured that's what's happening. So that's why you have to
Yes.
change her. Yeah, frequently.
Okay.
I mean, if you use disposables, then use disposable. You have to just they have to sacrifice and just change them by a lot because every drop counts, and that's where the UTI
Okay.
is going to come in at that age. And you have to give her the apple juice instead, and make sure she
All
drink
right.
water. She has to be drinking water.
She drinks water
Okay, lots of
and,
it.
and she no, but you see, she has congestive heart failure as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to be taking like two diuretic, to expel the water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a serious case that I'm dealing with.
She have a lot of stuff going on. So now she's drinking the water. She's
Mhm.
probably not excreting enough. And with the little droppings that she's doing is causing the UTI. So there's so much stuff
It's
going
not a
on.
little job. She does it a lot because, as I said, she's
But
on two water pill.
well, that's what's happening. And that's not gonna
She needs
stop.
a lot of water.
And that's not gonna stop at that age because again she can't control herself.
No, no, she can't.
Right. So it's one of those things that we have to live with when we reach a certain age. So you just have to definitely you just have to be
Okay.
very close with you have to be
Thanks,
very
thanks
close
for
with
your
her.
time, and I appreciate what you're saying about going back to the basic to eat because
Yes.
I myself has gone back to the basic. I cut out the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I cook mango, season up mango and eat with my food and my sweet potato. Right. So I've
I
gone back
get
to the basic. And thank you. Have a good
you're
evening.
welcome. You're welcome there. You're welcome. And then that to just to elaborate a little bit on that, for the ones them who like for in the morning time they want to have something for breakfast, you could go the smoothie way and just do vegetable and fruits in the morning and add that to your meal. That's all you add in your my plate. Because you're gonna have your fruit, you're gonna probably have your spinach and your pineapple. That's your vegetable you get in and you have in your fruit. And then you could have your protein, could be a peanut butter, with crackers. Go basic. Have
I
a little
believe
bit of
that you should
mackerel.
have an online class, so that
Say that
you
again.
can. I think that you should have an online class where people look forward to getting a few information
Listen,
from you, because a lot of people
right
very
again. What's his
interested.
name again? What's his name again? I'm not
Jamaica.
hearing again. Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica. You know much for all these years. You know much talking I've been doing. I'm retiring next month. I'm done with the talking.
You have to
I
carry
have
somebody
been,
with you. You have to carry a,
been doing this for a
a
long
junior.
time and I enjoy it. So that's what it is.
I can see.
Yeah, and I
Sir
always go
Rattigan,
over them. My class sessions, I'm always go over because there's always questions and answers. And I love to go. And like I said, if I don't know, I'm going to tell you, listen, I don't know, but tomorrow me get back to you, let me go do some research. I may have no problem. And then they said, by tomorrow you get it. And that's how it is. So me constantly stay busy and me constantly attack. Me always attack. Trust me.
Sir Rattigan, I'm going. We're not hearing
Any
you.
other? Oh, Rattigan, oh, we're not hearing Rattigan at all.
Yeah. You can hear
Now we
me?
can hear a little bit.
Now
Yeah.
we can hear
Yeah, I know Jamaica's have to leave. Jamaica, you want to give the people an update regarding the Reconnection rally?
you. Yes, please and thank you. Again,
Okay.
people, thank you for that.
Hold on a second. Ivan, you gonna leave way or you hang out with you a little bit longer? Come here, Mr. Man, a call on the phone, you know.
I
So
know, and he's calling you too. You know this, right?
oh, you never
He's
say
he's
that.
he's calling you too.
Remember to make sure some me that.
I am texting you.
A lot more people
David.
want to call and answer a question too.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
But,
Go ahead, Mike.
but thank you. So again, we're celebrating our civic responsibility. We're talking about family unity, investing in the kids. So it's a funful family day, and I ask that people support it however they can. We want people to come and volunteer. We want people to, if you want to book your ticket, come down, be a part of something new, something refreshing, where again, we're teaching the Jamaican people and having fun with them. We're saying that come to the rally. We're saying come and let us have conversation. Come and let us move Jamaica forward. It is not possible unless we all play our part. Again, the rally starts people who are able to donate. We look forward to your contribution, and we look forward to people who want to come and lend their support on the day. Let us do something in Jamaica that is different, with this rally, and find the success out of it. Let the family come together, eat together, learn together, enjoy. So I look
What
forward to everybody.
what date is this rally again? Repeat that the date.
the, the 21st of June,
Ah,
and we have the location settled. We have a lot of the background plan settled, and we need everybody else to come in and play their part, because a lot of people will just speak about the problem and haven't put up any solution. And we have actionable items put forward by Mr. Rattigan and the team from
okay.
the Magnitsky report. I ask that people go again and sign the petition. Tell somebody to tell somebody that we're taking action in Jamaica. We're not just coming here and speak, and we're not just sitting on comfortable chairs and having a microphone in front of us. Uncle Ratty got have the chair 2000.
Yeah, where in Jamaica? Where in Jamaica is the rally?
It's gonna be in Kingston. We're going to announce the exact location soon. But everything else, the groundwork is being put in play, and you will see more about it. We have a jingle. We have also a poster. I ask that people like and to share the poster around. Tell somebody to tell somebody that we're doing something different in Jamaica. And Jamaican people, we look forward to your donation, and we look forward also for your contribution in terms of your body on the ground. We need to foster that spirit of that volunteerism again, because we are Jamaicans. We're known to pulling together, and this is another opportunity, a great opportunity to move from out the comfortable chair behind the microphone and putting it on the ground. We can't wait to see all the family members. So we look forward to
Do.
seeing you. I'm going to take my leave now. I trust and believe I'm very busy people, but productively busy, and result is coming soon. And I look forward to this rally, and I look forward for many more signatures on the petition. So thank you everybody, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right. Take care,
I
nephew.
probably
Bless
I
you,
I
Uncle Anthony.
probably I probably can add to that rally if they want entertainment. I send one of my artists down.
Which one of them you plan to send?
I'm not gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna let you know. Because then they're gonna start reading. I'm gonna ask one of my artists if he can pass through to the rally and nice stuff for now. Let me see if he's
Okay.
I know he don't have any date, but I still have to check in and look at my calendar and see.
All right, no problem.
Once I get all the information and it's in Kingston, then I can make it happen.
All right.
Because it's
Um,
too to my time, so that's why I wanna go down.
okay.
Mhm.
Folks, listen. You know, when we started out this program, we said we're going to hold government accountable, and we don't care who is in government, and we're going to just call things as we see them. We're not going to be partial because we don't support parties on this platform, but we support people. We support the Jamaican people, and if a government is doing right by the people, then that's fine. But if the government is not doing right by the people, then we have to step in and we have to criticize and we have to publicize what's going on in the hope that the government will change its ways and do what's in the right best interest of the people. Now, we are moving the needle around here because a lot of people, I've heard it many times, that people say, well, just talk. Well, that's not true. We don't do all the talk around here. But people say, yeah, it's talk and it don't move the needle and blah, blah, blah. Well, based on some of the things that we're doing around here, government is changing. I got an email yesterday. The Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, they just made a change, an administrative change, and it's based on things that we personally have done, the questions we've asked, the pressure we have brought to bear on them. And if you recall, folks, a while back we started talking about Moroccan fertilizer. In fact, we started talking about Moroccan fertilizer back in 2022. And we've been asking a whole bunch of questions to the point where ministry didn't respond. I mean, I had to file with the tribunal to get a response from it. And then they gave me some answers, and then I went back and I asked for more answers. And today they haven't responded. That ministry is one of the ministries singled out for non-compliance. They just don't respond. But they did respond at one point and then gave me enough information that I was able to do a program. And if you recall, I told you that there were approximately about 400,000 pounds of fertilizer unaccounted for. And then we saw where, I think it was last year, before the local elections, where we saw trucks delivering fertilizer in the middle of the night to private residences. And then we also saw where trucks were offloading fertilizer onto smaller trucks. And those things shouldn't have happened. And we kept asking about the fertilizer. Today, I got an email from a friend of mine. Well, actually, no, he sent me a WhatsApp message, and then he followed up with a phone call. And he said to me, "Have you looked at the clip I sent you?" I said, "No." And I said, "Tell me, what is it about?" And he said, "The Auditor General report was just referenced in the Gleaner, and it has to do with fertilizer." And I said to him, "I don't even have to read the report. I know it's the Moroccan fertilizer." Well, I took the time this afternoon, did some research. It took me a while, but I finally found the report. And the report, I tell you, I read the report and I looked at some of the things that I'd asked for, some of the things that they had sent me. And I'll be honest with you, I was heartbroken. It put a damper on my spirits when I read the report. And the reason for that is the information that the ministry gave me, and I have it here. I have the information here. What's some idea? right? What we're going to do is we're going to put this up on the screen on Saturday. But some of the information they gave me, they gave the Auditor General different information for the same period. Think about that, people. The ministry gave me information saying, here's what happened. And then they gave the Auditor General for the same thing, same issue, same period, different information. In fact, when I asked them, tell me when the first shipment arrived in Jamaica, they told me about the shipment in 2021. They did not tell me about a shipment in 2019. They gave the impression that the first shipment was 2021. I think 2021. I'll double check. 2021 or 2022. But there was a shipment in 2019. They didn't mention that. Another thing they didn't mention was that politicians got their fingers, their hands on the fertilizer when they shouldn't have. Going back to 2019, because they changed the rule and they said that okay, in 2023 we're gonna have the politicians dish out the fertilizer. We're gonna have the fertilizer from RADA ministry go straight to the politicians, and then the politicians they'll give out the fertilizer. That wasn't the rule in 2019. That wasn't the rule in 2021 or 2021. That wasn't the rule. But we come to know now that politicians were involved from 2019.
No, he
And one of the things one of the things that really became troubling to me was that the ministry lied. They lied to me and they lied to the Auditor General, because some things, like for example, they said that we don't know how many bags of fertilizer were damaged, but we have a lot of them damaged and whatnot. Yet they gave me a number. They told me that it was, hold on 1 second then. They told me that it was, hold on, that's a number. Give me 1 second. I have it right here. These people, are a bunch of liars. Okay, here it is. They told me that 1,374 bags were damaged. Now, keep in mind, people, each bag of fertilizer weighs 110 pounds. And they said 1,374 bags were damaged. Now, when they talk to the Auditor General, them say, we don't know how many bags were damaged. And one of the things they didn't tell the Auditor General was where they sent the damaged bags to. They didn't tell the Auditor General that. So I'm reading her report and I'm going, wait a minute. I'm looking at the report they sent me and I'm going, wait a minute. The information doesn't match up. Then I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers don't match. My numbers are different from the numbers they provided to the Auditor General. And folks, I don't care about the political party. I'm focused on the government at this point in time. I'm not focused on the PNP. PNP is not in charge of anything of substance as far as running the government. They're not. But I have to tell you this. That when I read the report, I found out that both parties were involved in this. We're going to show you on Saturday. I was troubled. And you know why I was troubled? Because some people who came out strongly against the distribution of the fertilizer. They receive fertilizer. It's in the report. I'm going to show you. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. A couple people called me just after I read the report, including producer OT. And they could tell. I was depressed about the whole thing. Because the fertilizer came for the farmers of Jamaica. And instead, the fertilizer went to people who shouldn't have gotten the fertilizer. And in some instances, they said, we gave it to them for them to issue at their discretion. And then when they ask about documentation as to who received the fertilizer, in fact, you know what? The Auditor General made a footnote and she said, listen, when we asked them last year about the parliamentarians, the politicians who received the fertilizer, documentation, she said, as of now, we're still waiting for the information. And the report is finished. And that information is not there. I'm telling you, my spirits, you know, I was shocked. I was shocked. They even gave fertilizer to politicians who, under the RADA regulations, should not have received fertilizer. But you know what, people? I am going to show you. I'm going to expose the information this Saturday. Hold on one second. Good night. Welcome to Conversations Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Good night, Ratty. Good night. Good night,
Yeah, Miss
Eva.
B, where you say what I go on?
Give me a second and look at on the TV.
Yeah.
All right. Listen me now. All right. Good night. Good night, Miss Ivan. Good night, everybody. I may call back later, but listen me now. I have a burning issue, Ratty.
Go ahead.
And as a farmer, or a retired FBI, can you, with the help of some dignitarians, something of the happened to Jamaica with the police? Ratty, there's a video out here. I would like you to see it. Ratty, may I tell you, my heart a bleed. 3 policemen claims to be. How them not have on no uniform. Them no police unit. If you see how them all Anglo female, the man have it on in the woman crutches. Thump the woman in her mouth. Bust gunshot. Ratty, what? There's nobody on the international we can call for help.
Send me the video.
Ratty could be me.
You have the video?
I really have some, but I'll get to Andre Stephen Abbey. Call me in here.
Send it to me, please.
Andre Stephen, me no Abbey, I'm not so.
Okay.
Like me.
Okay.
Sir, Ratty, Jamaica need help. It could have been me. Because if you want to say something to me, let me tell you one little word. That no gear right here, do so Ratty, the government turn the police both on normal people. And now me I hear say the policeman own a loan place. And the woman must own a loan. Here we are allegedly. And look what happened. He got tell all the man upon his own property say, you know, if he touch the video of him and keep moving. In a yard. In a yard. Then if in a yard and me down the fence, we're supposed to video. Gunshot, boss, Ratty, what is this? Police can't apprehend people or de-escalate problem without drawing gun. Ratty, me don't know. We don't know expertise and no knowledge and no people. We can't wait for doing this. We are going dead off. We need some international interference. This can't go so.
Well, Ms. P, that's why we're asking people. That's why we're asking people to sign the Magnitsky Petition. This is right up the alley that you're asking us to go in terms of seeking international assistance to address the problem of gross human rights violations in Jamaica. We need to document these things and we need to send them off. If we don't do that, it becomes anecdote. We just talk about it like, you know, it's a one-off, it's a story here, it's a story there, but it has no real effect on getting people to act. Because what we want to do is show that there is a pattern and practice of this going on. It's not a one-off. It's a daily occurrence in Jamaica where people are abused and in some instances, in a lot of instances since the year started, killed by the security forces. Now, some of those killings, we don't know if they're justified or not, because we're not getting the full story, and we're not getting an accurate count of what's going on either because of the different categories that they put dead bodies in, except murder. So, go ahead, please.
And I tell you, if a person, if he's a police officer, you know, I can show you a trick. You're a police and you're the home. And you delegate and something with police and you say, officer, that's not how to do it. And you said to the person, say, you know you're speaking to, you're going to look at me and tell me, you know, care who. You know, be a superintendent. But because the force is so big, you know, must know every swoop in it again. And you're going to look at the person and say, me don't matter. The police are going to tell civilians, say, maybe shoot you, or maybe kill you and tell life for you. And that camera. And then the worst thing, these cameras go out and went viral. And you do not hear the Prime Minister, the Minister of Security, now the Commissioner of Police will address it. Those are the things we are talking about, Ratty. Ratty, we're afraid. We're afraid. Me a big woman and me a female and me a woman. And me wear my uniform. And if me see a police, me run. Me now stand up. The other day, me I go work and me ID display. I'm a policeman. I say, how me work? Me say, if you can't read the ID, me can't tell you. I saw. These are the things that in Jamaica, Ratty. You see a person that ID, they on display, and you still have to ask me question. Eh? If you can't read the ID, like the uniform logo, don't ask me nothing. And this thing, I'm going to get me irate, no, I'm going to walk with me. But Ratty, I can tell you, if it was me, that policeman licked, he would have to shoot me. That's the only thing he could have kept. He can't come in. Because if me that piece of shot, me can't. By hold me, me start bad naked. Right? Mm-hmm. Ratty, you are doing us that. And we love you and respect you. But we are begging you can press for the guys to come out. Find some way, somehow. It cannot continue like this. And the authority them out of Jamaica not doing nothing. I want you to get the video of them and play them everywhere in the world. We never travel yet. We don't know foreign. It can't continue like this. Female, you know, and a male, you know, a woman have two tongues. So woman must chat. My God and Christ, what Jamaica come to? Eh?
All right. Well, continue to encourage people to sign the petition and continue to ask them.
Yeah, me signing already.
Yeah.
I may have a few people who sign the cars, and somebody hate me sign the car. Me no, let me tell them, me not bright upon them, Sydney, I know.
That's all right. Well, whatever you learn about signing it, just pass it on to your neighbor, your friends, and your relatives, and have them sign it as well. Because we
My God.
need a petition as a show of support to go along with the work product,
Yeah,
and then we can.
I make I take this. Yeah, make I take this opportunity to anybody who listen, Carl Mark Golden and Peter Bunting and Steve McGregor, come here say appoint to one party. Let me tell you something. As if you have to fix this. This is one of the main party. Mr. Bunting, you have to fix. Law-abiding police officers, man and woman, we adore you, we love you, we respect you. But you, the good officer, have to help you to clean up the bad one because it has reflect back. Uno, I hear a police lady say, she shamed to wear her uniform. The woman says she shamed to wear her uniform. So you know that I'm take a toll upon her. She said the other day she don't the road and she call a young man. And the young man, he said Usain Bolt couldn't catch the young man. And I just somebody who she know, and she go give one message to somebody. And the young boy run gone, you know, the criminal or nothing. But he just sprayed the police, he run. And the lady said, you know, say, as a money me not give, one neighbor lady to me because we their work. He said, me? He said, yes. He said, not me. Gone. Brother, it can't work, so.
All right. Well,
no, sir.
Well, since you asked for the help, like I said, say Jeffrey Grace, tell everybody in your area to sign the petition, and tell them to tell other people to sign the petition. We need this to move forward because
mighty God,
this is a show of support that we just tired of what going on in Jamaica upon the law enforcement.
Ratty,
yeah.
Me last me am 14. I'm afraid when he go to school, I'm afraid planning go, I'm afraid planning come back.
Him sign the
petition. Are you afraid to police?
Him sign the petition.
I'm gonna sign it.
He can't sign it up.
Oh, yeah,
He's not too young.
No, sir.
Me don't know.
Yeah, man.
Well, you're signing right now.
All right. Listen, let me run go grab that card. You can't call back before we come off again, but let me grab that card.
All right.
All right, then, cool. Caller, good night. Welcome to. No, they hang up. All right. Caller, call back. Yeah, Ivan. You know, sign the petition.
No, I said that I'm guilty. I'm honest, but I'm gonna sign it. So when we get off the phone, we can talk tomorrow. I'll sign it tomorrow.
And this is the bus ride where you bring come the thousands of people you bring come down a pen relay. You should have them sign it before them as them come up on the bus. Or when they have them captive audience or drive.
Okay, I can make it arrange and get a lot of signatures. Don't
Please.
worry. When we tomorrow,
you
and I will talk on this.
You know, thousands of people, even at the hospital, them sign it. Right.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. We're gonna talk tomorrow, and we'll go over this, and I could get people to sign. So that's it.
No problem. And as I was telling everybody, I know some of you're not going to search and you're not going to read the Auditor General's report on RADA, but if you're able to do so, read it for yourselves because you're going to be shocked when you look at that information. And you know, today I was talking to a very influential person in Jamaica about the Auditor General, and I said, you know, I'm happy the Auditor General is doing what she's doing, but I'm also disappointed because there are things that she should be doing, could be doing, but she's not doing. It's like she just produced the report and that's it. And I gave an example of the over at the Ministry of Education, the people responsible for stealing over 100 million. And when she found out where the money went, and she went to the person, if all of you remember the story, it was It was a consulting group to the Ministry of Education, and somebody registered it as a private company. It wasn't. It was supposed to be just an advisory board, and they registered it. And then what they did, they funneled the money that was supposed to come to the ministry through that company. And then when the Auditor General found out, and she went to the person and said, listen, I need your records. The person said to her, no, I'm not giving you anything because this is a private concern and you have no jurisdiction over me. Not true. The law says that if the Jamaican government gives you, if them give you money, they can ask for your books. As long as you get government funding, they can ask for your books.
Wow.
And she didn't pursue it. She just put it in the report saying that they said no, they're not going to give it to her, and then she just moved. And Pamela Monroe Ellis, Auditor General, love you to death, but and I understand the person explained to me why you didn't do certain things. Person explained to me, I understand, but still for the record, you have to step it up on them people. Carla, good night. Welcome to Come Reason with Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Queens.
From Queens. Okay, go ahead, please.
Good night to you and your family.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
You remember back in the 80s?
Beg your pardon?
Do you remember the 80s?
If I remember what?
Back in the 80s.
Oh,
So
okay.
back in the 80s.
This is the 80s playbook that this government is bringing on the people now.
Mm-hmm.
And I am pleading to the Jamaican people to wake up and understand that this government have no intention to step aside. He is using brute force and he is allowing other forces to dictate to him in order to keep control of the people them down there. Now I understand that some people is waking up. But if the Jamaican people need a change, they have to get up and do something. You have put out the Magnitsky in order for them to sign. This should have reached the maximum already.
I agree.
It should have. It's not just this week or last week. You have put it out there. If we don't come together and decide that enough is enough, how much more of our children and our youth must be unalive for them to wake up? How much more?
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Rattigan, you're doing whatever you can do.
Doing
if
too
they're not
much. Doing a lot.
themselves, what more can you do?
Mm-hmm.
They got to get up and do what they have to do. Whenever you have an artist down there, you say everybody roll out, right? And they support the artist. Why can't they all come out together and decide that enough is enough? Look at what's going on in Africa. The people them decide that they're not taking anymore. They don't have to go there and light fire and burn down place. If we all come out together in unity and demands Andrew Holness to step down because he refused to call the election because he know he's not gonna win. We need the people of Jamaica to wake up. Too much of our youth are being analyzed, man.
I think people are more
Look at
scared. That's what it
the
is.
high
People are more scared right
prices.
now.
Miss Queens, what is about this? Ivan said that's one of the reasons why people they're not coming out in force.
Because they're
is because
scared.
afraid.
Mm-hmm.
That's garbage.
Mm.
Afraid of what?
Them afraid.
You'd be surprised. Them afraid. They're afraid to step up and they're afraid for come out. Because they're afraid they're gonna
Listen
get
to me,
killed.
man. I don't want to can't kill off everybody. If everybody decides to come out, then I'm black after a tree. Then you can't kill off everybody. Hmm?
Yeah, but the thing is, well, why is it they don't come out then?
That's because them tell themselves that I'm afraid. Our ancestors, did they look here? Our ancestors determined that you have to live die for something, right?
Mhm.
Our ancestors did not they lay down their life so that we could have been here today? You telling me about your friend? Don't the
Well, people
police
have
not
to.
them still going at them house to analyze them? Eh?
So you say them have nothing to lose, and they might as well just come out and do it then.
Might as well if everybody decides say, yo, we are gonna come on. Them are gonna say because we there foreign, we can't chat about just say anything. We come out and we go out and we demonstrate. You think that we couldn't get analyzed out there too?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Mr. Rattigan, people need to get radical and stop talking about them afraid. Who is anti-wellness? Yeah? And the gunman them when let out pan them down there. You say if everybody united, think them can analyze everybody. Yo man, I can't for people stop talking about afraid, man. Afraid of what? Oh, Andrew Warner, I think him roll thunder. And Andrew Warner roll thunder.
All right. Let me ask you a question. How do you? I understand the point you're making. How do we get people involved? And how do we get put the fear aside and just come out and stand in unison and let their voices be heard? How do we do that?
I say start with the
That's a
churches,
very
with the
good
pastor
question,
them.
Mr. Rattigan. Because we are blowing the trumpet and they're not listening. All they can say, boy, I'm afraid. What can we do? Continue to talk. We have to continue to talk until whoever get what we're saying. Because majority of the bloggers them out there are putting things out there and they will stay behind the microphone and whatever and talk. But they're not willing to go out there.
Right.
They're not willing, they just talk come cheap. You know, because the politicians them down there, they enrich themselves, right? Them enrich themselves and they don't care. Look at the hospitals. Look at the schools. Every sector down there is corrupt. They're corrupt on left, right, and center, Mr. Rattigan. Come on. What's wrong with people? If everybody from the middle point to Moran point, just like how we come together up here and we boycott Walmart, Target, and all of them things. Why you think so we can come together down there? Why Jamaican people just decide say they're gonna sit down and allow themselves to be trampled on?
Mhm.
Why are they sitting down and allowing themselves to be trampled on?
Well,
It's all about each one teach one, because basically what I can say on that, if I'm in Jamaica and I'm on a street, I live on a street, if you can get 10 people from your block to come out and demonstrate and do that, and then another person, it all starts from the school and the churches and the neighborhood. But if you don't have the support, you alone can't do it.
Because
You
you
alone
might
can't do it.
want to
So,
talk about.
huh?
You still have some set of labor rights that come out, but And the best government is never
But
still.
people can say whatever they want to say. We can't stop them from saying, but you have to talk about the people who are against it, against the situation. If there is a situation, how are you going to solve that situation? So you have to find the people them who is willing to solve, because the people them who are with it not going to do nothing. So they're going to probably overpower the other people them. So you have to get the people them
I understand.
who willing. That's the key. The people who are willing to fight for what they believe in. And it has to be the people that are willing. We can't go by what one party is saying or what another party is saying. It has to be an individual thing and become a community. You have young people out there who are, you know, 10, 15, 13, 14 years old. Are they listening to their parents? Their parents say, listen, the whole family will go tonight, go boycott or go march. Are
Yeah,
them
but
a
me
go
ask
come
you
up?
a question. They look at how they come out the PMP side, right? Bank to bank, the politician call and everybody come out. Bank to bank, you see, on both sides, right? And yet still, they're not satisfied with the condition down there. I see on one program where the bridge that the government planned to fix from how long,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yet still when time the politician and them come around, you see everybody run out. And I say, boy, a man could see me carry, or a Andrew want to carry. And the condition that they're living in, they're not demanding from the government them. The opposition leader come out and they're making promises that what they're going to do when they're going in there. Why do they have to wait until they go in there to start to make some drastic change when they should be holding the government accountable for all the things them that they should have been doing? What is the purpose of the opposition for?
You need leaders.
Why are they not holding the
You need
government
leaders.
accountable?
You don't need followers.
The opposition supposed to
Wish.
be the watchdog for the country.
Yeah, well, I
The
don't know.
only thing is that people afraid. Afraid of what? Look, when you every blog, every social media you look, you see they're out there in their numbers, and you expect we up here to come and fight for them? Really? Come on, man.
All right. Listen, me have to go run. I'll grab another call, but you make a very good point. And I hope somebody's calling from Jamaica. I'm going to present the question you just asked to them. All right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome anytime. Hello, good night. Welcome to Cover Reasons Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Jamaica.
Okay.
Hello, good night.
Good night. How
Calling
are
from
you?
Jamaica.
Yeah.
First time calling, but
Okay.
always listen to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always get a lot of knowledge, but you can talk and do more than you can do no more. Is we don't hear to do, but people are too diarted. Diarted, they mash up the country, and diarted make politicians can do as they like and get away.
All right. Two things. Explain to me the meaning of diarted, the meaning and the extent of diarted. And then two, tell me what is it? Because you just heard the caller before saying that, listen, people have to just get over the idea of being fearful and get out and just do what is necessary to get the ship on the right course again. Because our ancestors, we stand on the shoulders of greatness and we're feeling them right now. So answer those two questions for me, please.
Okay. Diarted, you go come see your mother at that the train of politics. And you come and you join it. You they get one little shirt, no care what the politician them now do, promise you say now do. Come 5 years promise you say me no do this. And 5 years when come now and the next election come, then don't see them no time at all they're doing the 5 years. Then come and give them t-shirt. We don't want really 5,000, I want $10,000.
Mm.
And then see everything that is worth to one next 5 years. They would have, when you come and hear the kind thought, say the politician them don't do this stuff for the 5 years, they nice. I'm not going to make them come back on to us. Then if you load the man alone, we are right. It's talk so much, people not have no knowledge. Then just sit down and depend on politicians to come every 5 years and give them something. That's the reason why the politicians them now do what they have to do in our country.
Mm-hmm. And explain to me the second part now. How you get people now? Because we up here now, we fiercely protective of our Jamaican people. We have to do our level best to make sure if we try and hold government accountable. But at the end of the day, the people living in Jamaica, they have a big so, and we're saying we don't see that kind of activity that are the sustained activity that we would like to see to hold government accountable. So how do you address that? We understand the dilated part, but how do you address people getting up?
Yes, when time we always try to impact people and acknowledge them and teach them the rope and make them know what is good. And people don't read a lot, I realize. Because I never noticed so much people never know that Mr. Fiaga never born here. But Fiaga born here. A lot of young people, even older people, say they never know that Mr. Fiaga born here. So it's not a knowledge make people perish because people don't read and just come and hear people say something and then they don't read and follow instruction. They just get up here, somebody say something and just go ahead with it. Like me they talk about I don't know if you hear something about Damien and Mr. Amos.
Yeah.
And we was talking and they say, look at that lie, Damien could have lose popularity. Because all the man come and say that he's coming like a true, and we know Damien is not that's the person. But all the man come and saying it is that anybody would have believed say yes, it happened. And if Damien have a footage of what take place that night, everybody would have believed that man. Mm-hmm. So that's why they said these people, they just go ahead and just hear things. They don't read and they don't follow. So you could have come and talk a little more if their mind and they're stuck in a something. Then I just pressure them there.
Well,
so no care how you teach them.
Well, you sound like somebody very intelligent and somebody who read a lot. So here's what I'm going to ask you now, and I hope you're not embarrassed by the question. Did you sign the petition? Or you don't know about it?
No, I don't know about it.
Okay, good. Well, if you're looking at the chat, you see we have the Magnitsky Petition, and this is the petition that we're using to hold the government accountable with foreign entities and foreign governments, because we realize that a lot won't take place in Jamaica because a lot of the people are not getting up, they're not standing up, and they're not fighting. And when I say fight, I'm not talking physical fight. You know,
I know,
right?
I know.
And they're not doing it. So we are here trying to hold the government accountable by using this law, the Magnitsky law, that exists in the UK, the US, Canada, and the EU. And under this law, they can take away visas, they can seize assets, and they can also make referrals to other entities like the FBI, the International Corruption Unit. So this is what we are trying to do. But we need your help. We need your help to sign the petition. And we want you now to sign it, have your family sign it, have the whole neighborhood sign it, and the neighboring neighborhood, talk to the people. When you go to the market, talk to the people. When you go to the supermarket, when you go to church, talk to the people. Introduce them to the Magnitsky. Okay. Make them sign it so that we can move forward with our project over here to help the situation in Jamaica. Because otherwise, it look like we're doomed, because like you're saying, people not getting up, they're not going out, they're not doing the things that they're supposed to do to let government understand that we, the people, are the employers and they are the employees. We hold the power. We have the angle, them have the blade. We don't do that. But in the diaspora, at least in my little corner of the diaspora, we're trying desperately to get the message out. And we're
Why
trying.
don't
Go ahead.
Rattigan, why don't you
That's
put up
true.
that
That's true.
information on
These
the
people, they in
chat
the
so people can
African
see it?
or whatsoever. Can you care what this government do? It come like do nothing wrong to them. All they feature the umbrella of churches with a come out and it coming like it depends deaf ears. Nobody not saying nothing. I wish they may listen to our service and hear the pastor say, corruption, they kill we as Jamaican, nobody not coming out saying nothing, everybody silent. Is what?
Go back to scared.
What? Because when other politicians them in there and nothing wrong, everybody come out. So why is the reason no? Nobody not coming out saying nothing.
Well, if you look on the screen right now, you see the Magnitsky Petition,
Okay,
right? And
right. That's what I want to see. Right.
you see where you can
Okay.
go. You see where you can
Uh-huh.
go and sign the thing. Actually, there's another version of this where it OT. See if you can find the other version of this. The one where it shows
Because I need to see it right where I can just go straight to it and get it.
Oh, it's pinned at the top of the chat. You see where? Look at this one here. See that?
He signed the Magnitsky Petition,
Okay.
No.
HTTPS.
Hold on, Ivan.
Yes,
If you look,
darling.
just put it. It says it's pinned at the top of the chat. So if you go to the top of the chat, you'll see it up there. And Carl, if you go to the top of the chat, you will see the Magnitsky Petition. So I'm asking you, I'm imploring you, I'm begging you, go sign it, please, and let your family, friends, neighbors, introduce everybody to it and make them sign it.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Okay,
And look,
thank
thanks
you.
for the call and thanks for the support. All right.
Okay, you too. Do your best.
All right, I will. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Caller, welcome to Come Reason Strategy.
Make I turn this down, Mr. Rattigan. Make I turn this down. Because Andrew, the Prime Minister, bad man, a murderer and killer. Andrew only going to come out and tell Jamaica people, say, we don't want to kill you. Excuse me? The Prime Minister telling the people that we don't want to kill you. He must retract that statement. What do you mean? We don't hear nobody else in no other country come out and tell them citizens, but I don't want to kill you. What do you honest think him is? Because him have a bag of police and soldier back him, they're gonna turn on him next. Watch. He must retract that statement. And next thing, I am waiting, and I've been waiting, and I'm out waiting now. I want to hear the names of the other members of the illicit 8. These are the same people running again for election. And this ought not to be, starting with the Prime Minister. And what happened make people not ball out and push this underneath the rug? This is very serious. These are the corrupted parliamentarians that we have running for office again. What the IC is doing? What are they doing? It's a long period of wait now. What we can't know? We need to know before the election is called.
Miss Philly, that's a very good point you raised. And with so many distractions, we tend to forget that we have politicians under investigation for illicit enrichment, and we haven't heard the names, we haven't seen the reports, have not been tabled. So I'm glad that you're bringing it up, and that it's not a 9-day wonder, and that we should continue to focus on it because full transparency is essential.
Time enough now, Mr. Rattigan. Time enough. Too much of the foolishness. As the lady was mentioning, excuse me, I was listening. Every person who has done wrong, Chuck for step down to a resign. Him, blood on his shoulder for the death of that 9-year-old, him for step down. Is what happened. Jamaica people stop saying resign, 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 step down. When it's PNP time, them depend on step down, resign, resign. So what happened? All of these people in the Jamaica Labour Party must resign, starting from Andrew Holness. What them not about those, if you resign, resign, resign. Chuck, you must resign, resign, resign. Of course. Look what they do to Azan. Him now sitting in parliament with Azan. And that's minimal to what is happening now. Hey, man, if you start turn up the things, them,
See there?
A revolution for in Jamaica, Afraid people afraid, so a war. No, man, this can't work, Revolution for happen down there, Mr. Rattigan. Good night.
All right. Take care of yourself. Do well. Yeah. People, again, the petition is there. When you go sign the petition, please, we ask you, sign the petition. And don't forget, give and give generously, but don't give on the website where you sign the petition. Go over to ojldf.net. And that is our website, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Go over there and make a donation because we have the event coming up on Saturday, June 21st. And we need your support because we want to make this a successful event, not only for the people of Jamaica, but for Jamaicans globally. Because at the end of the day, most of us who live outside of the country will want to come back to Jamaica. But the conditions not right. And so we have to take the steps now to reconnect with our family members in Jamaica. When I say family members are not just blood relatives we are talking about, right? We're talking about all of we involved in this thing. So that we can speak with one voice, the politician can understand that we are reclaiming our right as employers, our right as financiers, our right as owners of the resources of Jamaica. And to that extent, we're going to talk about, that's one of the reasons why we're going to talk about the beach access of Jamaica, because the beach is supposed to belong to everybody in Jamaica, not just the rich people who can afford beachfront property and then stop you from walking on the shoreline. Shouldn't be like that. Jamaica, I think, is one of the, it's not the only country in the Caribbean where you can do that. Barbados and other places, you can buy beachfront property, but you don't own the foreshore. People can walk along the sand in front of your house, though. So, and again, we just want to make it clear to people that, we are going to hold whoever is in charge. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. We can't play partisanship. Yes, you have your political affiliation. That's your right. But at the same time, you can't say wrong and turn a blind eye and make it right. You can't do that. Any party, any opposition, where we step out of line with the people, we need to bring it to the attention of the people. That is my job. That is my job. So I guess when the PNP win, I'm going to start talk about things and where we're not going right. Some people will call me labor right, just like, oh no, I go after the government trying to hold it accountable, and people call me PNP surrogate, especially the editor, senator. That's what him call me. But again, people, we're going this Saturday. Very important that you tune in because we're going to show you the Auditor General's report, and we're going to show you that this scandal, this fertilizer scandal, that it involves both the opposition and the government. I don't know why the opposition got involved in it. I don't know if they got tricked, and so the government make sure so them get some fertilizer so that them can't talk about the fertilizer, because we don't hear a lot of them talking about the fertilizer, but I certainly will talk about it. And I'm going to show you in the report that I didn't make this up. I'm going to show you what the Auditor General said about the opposition. and the opposition's involvement in this fertilizer scheme. I was shocked when I saw it because I never know say them involved in this. I thought it was just the government. But again, being an honest broker, I have to present the facts as I find them. And there are other things out there we're going to bring to the attention of the people, because at the end of the day, remember, this is not about a party. This is about the people of Jamaica. And that's why we raise the issues concerning the people. That's why we have beach issue, because a beach issue, for example, it affects you whether you're PNP, JLP, UIC, NDM, Up Jamaica. It don't really matter what your political affiliation. You are affected. When we raise the tax issues, it don't matter. If you are JLP and you smoke, you pay increased taxes. PNP, it's likewise. It don't matter what political party. So prepare yourselves for the shock, because we're going to talk about a whole heap of things this Saturday, and it's going to involve some things with the opposition. And frankly speaking, these things need to be ventilated. One of the reasons is because people have told me it's not a matter, it's not if, it's when Mark Golding and the opposition, when them win the election, right? What them going to do. And we want them to know that there's certain things going on right now that we will not tolerate. We will not tolerate when them take the reins of power. We expect them to be clean as a whistle, because we are all witnesses to the mass corruption that's going on right now, and we don't want it to continue. And that's why people are people crying out for the election and say, yes, come to the election so we can vote in the opposition. I have no issues with that, because I want people to vote their conscience, and I want people to be informed voters, not legacy voters, not die-hearted voters. Caller, good night. Welcome to Come Reasons Rattigan. Where are you calling from?
Blessed good night, family.
Yes. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, Jeffrey Gray, this man. I'm here texting in the chat.
Yes, Jeffrey. What I want?
Young Florida, I'm call you from Mr. Ratty.
Yeah, man.
I'm yo, you are the realest teacher boy I know, my father. Like, seriously.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Man, may I tell you something in the classroom, I'm there at work, brother. So, I just want you to know I learn something every time I tune in. So, one thing me have to say, though, Mr. Ratty, boy, may I tell you, so the people them a ball for help, and I was so appalled when me asked so many people if they signed the petition already, my friend. And I see so much people say no. I was like, then how not take the street? I want to not sign the petition. Then how we move forward?
Good point.
How we gonna move forward? Ratty, like it's like me, I look at it, me I say like, you know them always have a saying, so the player playing the match can't see the match like the spectator.
Mm-hmm.
Me I wonder if that's the reason why the diaspora have so much vision. Like, you understand like, you know what I try to say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you really check this stats and see who are a pressure for help, who are ball out, and mostly who they in the diaspora, you know.
That's true.
So me I like put one and one together, like me I say, yo, like really and truly, them down there play the match, them can't see it. Them, you know, like them have to step back.
That's true.
Right,
yeah, that's true. Most of the online opposition to what's going on in Jamaica is outside Jamaica. It's not inside Jamaica. You have people in Jamaica opposing what's going on, but the number is outside.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, exactly. But there's so much to say, Ratty, may I tell us. There's so much to say. Ratty, may I tell you, I'm a farmer from before my band comes to my father, a farmer. And him have 4 children and my mother. Plus for him mother. Plus my auntie pick me them, my uncle pick me them, all our growing at the yard, Ratty. And him could have feed everybody. He don't have a job, but him is a farmer. You dig what I mean, Ratty? When me look and see, no, there is no help from the government towards farmers these last days, especially. Like, it burned me deep down, Ratty, because of the same reason why me did have to make a step from Florida. Cause 2019, when me see how the thing I get away, me I say, no, I can't do it no longer. I can't do it. So the first little opportunity me get, me did just took off. And me I say, you know, me I chill out a little bit and see how the thing I get intense again from that side there. So me just a look at me and say, then if push come to shop, if I see find a different place, we still have to go find a different place we can't go back home. Like little because remember, you know, Donald Trump said if you make a social media post like in the past 5 years, you know, you can lose your green card back in. So just look, say somebody be unfortunate for him pull up your social media and find that. He can send back 5 million right now, you know. Like our I mean like he can send back
I
a lot
don't think.
like that people vent them little feeling and frustration and stuff. The man can just watch a video and just make a little one comment and not even a thing. I'm losing green card for that if you're not serious, because that we seen on the news. So me just put one or two together and let me tell you so much that me out here my head mix up. My head mix up. That my head mix up because the amount of
To ask question.
posts, like you can't get enough time. And by the time passes, the more things that process. Oh my God, Ratty, the police them are going too bad, Ratty. The police burn them too much, you know, Ratty. Down the woman 9x years, Ratty.
Well,
Oh my
here's what I
God.
want you to do. When you continue to support the program, when you continue to spread the news about the program, because
you can do another.
yeah, it's only when we unite
Yes,
will
but
we come out force.
next thing to see Africa really take time of being a week from the other day. May I say, what happened to Jamaican? Where is Jamaican? Laugh.
The spirit.
Left it. Marcus gone down with it. Me not understand the people them like what like you throw water in a fire, them is so cold up.
Just remember this. Just remember, say that them claim to them Marcus Garvey, them have put up $1 billion scholarship so Jamaicans can go abroad and get an education or further their education in the name of but them don't teach Marcus Garvey in the school. And don't teach civics in the school because them want to remain dunce. Them don't want you to understand that you have a role to play. You have a significant role to play in the development of the country, meaning that you are the ones who will determine who you will kind of see power to run it in your absence. Exactly. Them run it. Them no want that. Them want you. We have been conditioned to think that the politicians are almost like demigods. That whatever them say, I saw it go. Them are the real big man, and they're not. And so it will take a sea change. It will take a while before people start actually open up their minds and start thinking and looking and hearing and speaking. It will take a while, but we're willing to stay here and we're willing to do whatever we can to get people to that point.
I was hoping they all wake up for this general election, you know, Ratty. Like seriously, you know. Like I was hoping the majority wake for this general election, you know.
Well, we have till July for them to wake up, you know.
Right. Because as far as me, I see back on next term, you know, Ratty. That alone can sing Jamaica, you know. The pinnacle where Jamaica sitting on right now, you know, that alone can sing it, you know. And that's how it means it. Because if it's 2 terms, you put it where they know. Ratty 2016, 2015, Jamaica now runs up.
Well, look, here's the thing. You go back and you look at the promises that they make in 2016, and them say within 5 years, I'm going to do all of them things there. And exactly. 5 years came.
In a 10.
And yeah, we are hit to 10 now, right? And the things them still not finished. And if people can't understand this,
yes,
people can't understand that. Wait, you promised me in 2016 that you'll give me water. And here we are, 2025. People still not have water. Or when they bring water, come give me. Them bring water in our dirty truck. And give water with who knows? Because who knows what's inside it, right? You can't go down river go be it no more. Right? You can't, certain things you can't do that you used to do
I'm a
because the whole
them they am a place where me go relax my head when it too hot, you know. Like sometimes like things just come upon you where you just it's enormous, like you can't bear. And them place there, me just drive out my car and me just go. But just take a DR2 in a ratty, so me do it, cause Jamaica stay. I mean, I tell you, see, all of them things they're going in a ratty, everything I go with like by a snap of a finger, everything is leaving us.
right.
That's where me see the thing at right now.
All right. Well,
And
go ahead. Finish up that point here.
yes, we are bad for Marky G.
Mhm.
See, but me say Marky G have some baggage on him. Me don't know if Marky G is a baggage, but me a bad for him because we don't have no hope with Andrew Holness,
Mm-hmm.
And me just a hope say him could have just flick the pen, man. Just do the right thing. You know what I mean? Just do the right thing when him get in. Because I know him will get a chance,
Mm-hmm.
But me just a hope him not make the people them go against him like how them shift for Andrew. Like, you know what I say? Because him not go get that long term like what Andrew get. The people them are restless. They are tired. They want their 2 more term.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, boy, oh God. Ratty, keep up a good work.
All right, my
People,
brother. Thanks for the call. Thanks
yeah,
for the
man.
support. Big up
Respect.
yourself. All right.
Okay.
The program. So, Ivan, what you have to say before we go?
I still go back to what I said. If people are scared, that's what it's not just. I'm not saying it for myself. People are scared to go out there and do anything that I figure they're gonna hurt the government and to stand up. That's what it is. And you have to start from. I say go back to the same. Go back from the basic. If you have a household of 10 people, start with your 10. Then you go up the street and you get the people in from the street, and then you get the people in the end from the same street. But if nobody is doing it, we don't have leaders anymore. Listen to all of you. We don't have leaders anymore. Everybody just a follow. Them just a follow. Them have a mindset of them own for do nothing. So to me, that's where my seat I come from. Left Jamaica from a long time, and I don't really get into the politics per se. But I'm glad that you keep saying that. It's not about the party; it's the individual, and people fail to understand that it's not the party. Because you can't have a good person in a JLP, you can have a good person in a PMP. It's the individual we have to worry about. At the same thing in this country, at the individual. It's not about the party. So again, we need leaders. That's what it is.
And
We are lacking leaders.
mm-hmm.
We have a bunch of followers. So you say A, then right behind you say B, C. We don't have nobody for take charge. Nobody don't want to take charge. And I'm facing that right now at work too. Nobody want to take charge. Nobody want to stand up and do nothing. Everybody want everything spoon feed to them like them a baby. I don't know.
I've looked at the JLP party, and I've looked at the PNP party, and this PNP party is not the same as it was 9-10 years ago. Most of the players, they have moved on.
Mhm.
So it's a different group of people. It's a different mindset. I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I'm just giving you my
Right.
opinion.
It's a different era.
Trust, right? And so,
Different era.
gentleman
Fine.
just said a while ago is that Mark Golding is an unknown quantity as a prime minister. He's never been prime minister. He's been minister of justice. Never been a prime minister. But people look at him and they said, you know what? Based on his demeanor, based on his positions, based on a lot of things, they said that he would be a much better person running the country than the one that we have running the country. Now, I can't talk about the one that's running the country. No. The one that's running the country right now, he has a track record. We know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Who he is. Is the one with 28 bank accounts. He's the one with a whole bunch of investigations following him all over the place. This man is no good as far as I'm concerned for the future of Jamaica. No good for the future of Jamaica. The concern though is with Mark Golding is that people are hoping that he surrounds himself with good, decent, considerate people, and not people coming in to scrape.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to be his challenge, because you know how it is, he's gonna have a lot of people around him talking all kinds of things
Mm-hmm.
to him. And so know that he's a bright person. Well, now he's gonna have to display that. He's gonna have to display the power of discernment to know that okay, what this person is telling me is nonsense, or this person I have to watch me, keep my eyes on this person because this person is a crook, and if I leave him for too long, then I know I'm gonna suffer in the end, and the people will suffer because there are people like that around him right now. And anybody who tell me that this constellation of PNP stars, that there is nobody inside here who has a penchant for corruption or who will look toward corruption, they're lying. There are people within his group right now that they have a track record. They have a track record. So while we're not looking at Mark Golden because he doesn't have a track record as a prime minister, people believe that he's principled, he's decent, he's just, he's bright, he's intelligent, he's well-meaning, he's for the poor, and all of those things. But remember, the leader of the opposition or the prime minister is just one person, and them have a supporting cast. What we have to do is make sure that the supporting cast is not. The supporting cast has no resemblance to the supporting cast that we see going on right now, because the supporting cast right now, I mean, just pick a ministry. Just pick a ministry. You know, Saturday we're going to show that even what's his name, the former minister of agriculture, the report identifies him as being involved in this thing as well. But it also identifies people who are presently in the PNP as being involved as well. If those things are true,
So who do you trust?
if those things are true, we need to bring it out and say, no, these people have to shape our ship out. So that is where we are, you know, people. That is where we are. For change, we need to make sure that the change that we're calling for is real change. Real change. When I say real change, genuine change. Change for the better, not change for the worse. And some people have told me, they said, we don't want Mark Golding to spend his time looking over his shoulder at his own people for committing the similar acts that this group is committing. Because we want him to focus, and this is what the people have said to me, we want him to focus on development. And you can't focus on development when you have people around you who are focused on self-aggrandizement, self-enrichment. You know, them just want the things for themselves. No, it has to be for the people. So that's going to be his challenge. His challenge is going to be, how do I keep my group intact, keep them focused, keep them honest, and keep them far and free from corruption. That's going to be his challenge. Because I don't think people have any issues with him as being corrupt. I think they view him as incorruptible. So they're like, no, this man is not going to do anything that the prime minister is presently or allegedly involved with. He's not going to be doing that. So people, that's my soapbox speech. And the need for tuning on Saturday, because again, on Saturday we're going to be going over this fertilizer scandal. We're going to be
over bedtime. Sorry.
no man, and we're gonna have a guest, a Jamaican guy who's gonna come on and just wow you, and make you feel good about being Jamaican again, you know. For those of you who are not feeling too good about being Jamaican, particularly those living in Jamaica. And then we're gonna talk about beach access, and we're gonna have a special segment for my friend, the good editor, Senator Marlon Morgan. We're going to have a segment on him where we're going to go through his edited version of the manifesto. And we'll see how much of an editor he really was, he is. So, and we have some miscellaneous things as well. You're going to be very informed, and you're going to get an education out of this week's program, as usual. So look, want to thank Jamaica. One time, my sister Yvonne for showing up and sharing her information with us. And I trust and I hope and I know that she will be back, because that Jamaica said she needs to come and basically teach a class. She's retiring. So I don't know when spare time. I know she's a traveler. As soon as I say, let's go, she'll be at the airport already. But,
Exactly.
but you have to
I was almost ready to look and say, oh, June 21st. But I realized, you know what's going on already. In the
I know.
following week, me there, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, me can go.
Right.
No, I'm
I,
out the girl.
man, please tell me someone. Please give him my regards.
No, he knows. I went away and talked to him, so he's okay.
We
Yeah,
attacked. Let him
yeah.
tell me to make sure it's not.
He knows. He knows. He knows.
So, folks, listen. OT, give us some music. Send me out there with some music.
Yeah,
Open up.
yeah. And then you and I will talk later tomorrow for sure.
All right, then. Take care, sis.
All right,
On
darling. Good
Jamaica
night,
Legal
everyone. Be
Defense
well.
Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans abroad and abroad to its inaugural Reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural Reconnection rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Rattigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica.
See for yourself. Open your eyes.
Some music there, OT. Let me out there. Let me out there. OT. Okay, people. It's all about look up this little kid. I'm like, how are you out there? Nah. On Saturday, we're going to deal with some pertinent topics. Be prepared to be informed. Be prepared to be educated. Until then,